All right, whatever session this is for the. I don't recall when our last session was.
Probably in January, I think.
I do recall that our last session. Nope, we started 48:12. Okay, I'm gonna change the time. Oh, whatever. Ah, what do you guys recall?
Find my notes.
The closest one to what I like will get an inspiration and a smiley face, maybe a gold star. I don't know.
The Kingdom of Selena.
Eh? That's a
We
given. That's on the
arrived.
map.
We arrived there, and I remember that inn, that very rowdy, crowded inn or tavern rather. Sorry, not inn. It was like a tavern, and a lot of interesting things, a lot of rumors we heard.
That was it, huh?
The Selenas. There were angelic flying creatures around, and some people thought they're guardians, but hush hush, they're also killers, or something like that.
Did we say that? Okay, okay.
I mean, like my notes seem to think so.
What are you guys doing here?
Let's see. Looking at my notes here. There was a hairdresser saloon where they work for royals going to balls. I have a note that if we get on their good side, we might be able to get an invite from them. There's a ball happening.
What's the importance of that ball?
Wanted to go talk to someone there.
Want to talk to someone there? Who's the someone? And why?
The blind seer, Lady Aramas.
But why? And who the heck is that? Why is she blind?
We don't know. So basically, my notes and what I remember also is someone told us that who was that? There was this no, so not sister. There was an agent from the Kingdom of Selena who found us because she thought Bernhard was with us, and then we said nope, she's gone. And then she's like, oh, I was hoping to bring him back to Selena because the king is gone, and Jarek died as well, defending the kingdom. There was a coup essentially, and the old king and his advisor or his vizier were overthrown, but in the fighting, Prince Jarek was killed. So now the younger brother, Prince Zeke, took over, and he seems to be doing not that great because he's very young. So I think we were asked to go, and we ourselves wanted to go there because of we wanted more. We were following the thread of like the Worms cult, but now we had an additional like layer to that, was to go and see what's going on in that kingdom, see if we could help out Prince Zeke, and we were asked to, and I think we could trust the blind seer, Lady Aramas, is what we were told. So we were trying to find a way to get to her, and I think the ball, which Max or Kathumyl like mentioned, we thought was a quick way to get to her.
All right. Anything to add, Max? Kathumyl? Or is it just what he said?
I haven't got too many notes here. I'm going to sort through them all yet. She, we were in the library.
You were in the library. What?
The Candlekeep.
Oh, that was good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
going back way back.
Oh no,
Well, it was all the-
that,
it was
No,
like
no,
that
all
happened
the
in the
same
same
session.
session.
I mean,
actually,
in the same session, but like way back.
But yeah,
from-
way back. Yeah, yeah. Like it was like a month. No, hold on. Sorry, this was about 2 months. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. So it was a 2-month journey essentially
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
make it. Wow.
And like I said, we could if you guys eventually, if you want, we can pick side stories on the way there, like flashbacks or whatnot. No problem.
I like it. Oh, nice.
So, like, how did I get this legendary dagger? Oh yeah, remember that story?
So you're saying one of us has a legendary dagger?
yeah. One of you guys, but I didn't say you guys as in the players. You guys as in like people
Oh.
you're the NPC. Yeah, it was the yeah.
Hey, Captain, I'll check your inventory. Maybe someone added something in there. Let's take a look.
All right, fair enough. So okay, so if Kathumyl's not gonna add anything else, I guess.
I have notes about
what?
angelic winged creatures flying around the central tower, and then anybody
Yeah.
who like talks about not being happy about everything being about money here, and these angels will just come get you.
Interesting. That seems to coincide with what Valakos was saying.
We heard rumors.
You did hear rumors. Okay, well, let's just say that the party has arrived in Selena. I believe it was the middle of the day-ish. If I'm incorrect, well, it's retcon now. It's the middle of the day-ish. Managed to enter an inn. Did anyone remember what the inn's name was? I believe I called the Beaver's Tail.
Beaver's Tail.
Yeah, okay. Wherein you have interacted with the people in Selena, and the impression that you have received, or the impression you got, was that Selena is in a state of change. I believe Kathumyl has spoke with maybe an old-time resident, and Eris, and I think Valakos might have overheard some goblins or whatever. For those who are residents, I think there was a sense that with what happened with the coup is that foreign agents or people actually assisted in the coup to overthrow the nobles or the nobility, right? Led by, again, as Valkos mentioned, Prince Jarek and Carrick, for whatever reason. And the results of the coup is, again, as mentioned, Prince Zik is now in line. I believe I mentioned that he was recently coronated, or some people call him king, some people call him lord. Some are concerned about his ability to rule. Maybe has not proven himself yet, or maybe just disagree with his direction. There's also, from your source, Lady Telemere said that she's not sure whether or not the evil, whatever that evil is, may or may no longer be present in Selena, right? There's all that. And the city, or the kingdom of Selena, while old and ancient, does not seem to match the description, or maybe the impression, that Bernhardt has left the party, if there were any impressions for that on Valakos' end. Maybe not Kathumyl, because he never met Bernhardt, or Kathumyl never met Bernhardt. And more of that is because, again, the presence of the paladins or the holy order or anything really that seems to dictate a strict sense of religion or whatever isn't present anymore, because you see goblins, you see different races there, different religions, not remnants, but signs of mercenaries and whatnot within the kingdom, within the city as you entered it. It's definitely a lot less organized than any impression of the kingdom of Selena would have elicited in the back end. So there's definitely a lot of changes. And from what Kathumyl probably have overheard from talking to a couple of residents, again, some are not happy about that. This is definitely a big change in both social and just the status and how things are. It seems less organized, less, I don't know. It's just totally different, out of the norm, right? Now, I believe the party has procured rooms within the Beaver's tail on the second floor, if I'm not mistaken. If not, let's just say you have. I think you were looking for rooms. Let's say you have. I did not mention it last time, Kathumyl, but as you were talking to that resident who mentioned the hairdresser, I would give it a name now. So the name of the posh hairdresser saloon, whatever you want to call it, is called Deluxury. D-E Luxury. Deluxury. Yeah. Located in the northeast part of the kingdom, of the city. Within the walls, of course. Now, I would like the two of you then to decide, just to make it a quick and easy. Actually, before we start, Max, do you have a hard stop?
Yeah, we probably play for, well, let's see, 11:30 here, so.
So you're at 9:30 right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
so like 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, so let's make this a little bit quicker and see if we can finish. Because if we can't finish it, then it'll be interesting leaving it hanging. But knowing that even just the two of you, we're probably not gonna finish this, so we'll just somehow wrap it up somehow, or keep Max up pretty late. So, give me, the two of you decide. Give me a reason why you are separated from the party, and where are you? Establish the scene for me, and then I'm gonna pull you out of the scene. Where did Valakos and Kathumyl end up, and why?
So I think both of us are very bookish, like literal, into books and stuff. And so we would probably be more inclined to, if we were to split up, the reason I still haven't thought about it, but we would naturally split off together, I would assume.
Okay, but why? Why split off? What's the objective?
Technical note.
Yeah.
The screen here has a pop-up saying Monk's Combat Details. Just transferred your personal settings from Monk's Little Details. You will need to refresh your browser for some settings to take effect.
I think that should be fine. Just refresh it then. I think it's trying to match your configuration or whatnot. Because the map that we're currently on has nothing special, technically, so I don't know why it brought that up. It should not show up again. It may show up the first time, because again, this is our first time logging on the server. It may show up once, and then when you decide on yes or no on that, it should not show up again. Okay, so while that's loading, go ahead, Shob. I think you're going to say something? Or were you going to suggest something?
No, like I was just going to wait for Kathumyl.
Oh,
I refreshed. There's difference in client settings detect.
Is it saying to sync, like, Something like to
See,
sync the showing to two different
would you like
configurations.
to sync?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So would you like to sync your
Yeah. It should show.
campaign to accept?
Just decide one or the other if you want to sync with the server or not, and then it should not ask you after you decide.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters. I mean, there's some settings that may matter, but whatever.
I think it looked like something.
You're coming in and out, Max. Just to let you know, your microphone.
It looked like in minor settings, it's like clear targets after combat.
Yeah. Again, those are just some configurations on the behavior. If you want, just sync with the server. That might be the safest, and then you can always change the settings later. Or
yeah.
Max is stalling.
All right, I think it's refreshed.
I see your mouse moving around, so.
Yes. All right, what are you waiting? You're waiting for me to say something.
Yes, I want you both to agree on the reason. Where are you? Why did you split from the party? What are you doing? And it doesn't have to be elaborate. It's just something that is believable between Valakos and Kathumyl.
So, a question then. So, is it like in terms of the time line where we are? So this is like immediately after we got.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be immediate. It could be the same day, but just a reason why. I mean, it could be just like, hey guys, we're just gonna split off and look around the area. But why Kathumyl and Valakos?
Not sure why it'd be Valakos specifically. I can imagine they would have split off to just be like, it's lunchtime. They checked into their rooms or something, which I guess.
And yeah, just FYI, Max. Every time you talk, there is static with your voice. It's a little bit hard to hear you. I can hear you, but it's just a little bit hard.
Okay. But maybe they would have gone for a walk to scope out the area around. I think they kind of just walked straight into this tavern as soon as they walked into the city. So they might have wanted to orient in the city, walk, see where everything is, and maybe walk by this hairdresser's place if they know where it is.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
You okay with that? Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I would also keep my eyes open for any like a library or a bookshop or something like that.
Okay.
Keep my eye.
They've been on a ship for a while. They might go shopping for foods. They could restock into their packs.
Stretch our sea legs.
Maybe fresh fruit, something like that they haven't had on the boat for a while.
Do note that you were on the boat, but remember it took about I forgot how long I mentioned it, but maybe a couple of days on land. On a caravan headed towards the gate because Selena is landlocked.
Yeah, you're right. Overland travel to kill Selena. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I forgot if I said it was a day or two, but that land from whatever port you landed on did take a couple of days before you got to Selena.
A couple of days, okay.
Yeah.
Updated my notes.
Okay. Okay, but regardless, so the idea here is that Valakos and Kathumyl seem to have partnered up just to look around the immediate area, maybe getting familiar with some of the buildings, some of the buildings that either you are both or singularly interested in, checking out where they are, and maybe some locations that have been mentioned by the people that you have spoken with. And for whatever reason, then Aris and Saphira went their different the direction as well. Or maybe they just went and rested, or Aris just maybe ran away, and Saphira had to chase after the little child, just to make sure that he's safe, or does not fall into like more shenanigans. Okay. So, as you are traveling down the streets of Selena, um, in the middle of the day, you would notice that again, crowded streets, lots of people, lots of different types of people, lots of merchants, lots of people that are armed walking around. And by people, we're talking about humans, goblins, hobgoblins, gnomes. Um, Not a lot of dragonborns. Maybe a couple of tieflings. Some Arakoas. Jonathan there from D&D. Remember? Yeah, the Arakoa. Never mind. The guy they used to
Oh
escape.
yeah, yeah. Jonathan.
You seen the movie, right, Max? You were the one who said you saw the movie?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember who you're talking about.
That's the Arakoa, the bird creature that they used to escape the tower.
Oh, right, Jonathan.
Hilarious.
Poor Jonathan.
Anyway, so a lot of different humanoids walking around. Some more mercenary look more like mercenaries rather than nobility, and but they seem to be, for the most part, minding their own business. You pass a couple of groups that basically accidentally shoulder checks you all, but they don't mind. They maybe just look back, size you, the two of you up and down, and then just keep on walking.
I think Kathumyl is scanning for figuring out how to blend in this place. Like, she wants to know what the styles are, what people are wearing.
It's a
Like,
mix right now. It actually reflects a mix of culture. It's almost
I
as,
would.
go ahead.
Well, I'm also imagining that there's going to be some stratification, and so she wants to know what to wear and how to present herself to appear to be whatever like different strata of people in this place are.
Yeah, so the area that you are at right now seems to be closer to the gates, so it's really a lot of mix right now. There's really not much of a diversific. No, it's very diverse actually in this location, but not much of a uh, a clear line between classes for the most part, because this is kind of like the entryway, so people have to pass through this area that you currently are at. Okay, so but at this point, while this is going on, and you guys are trying to, Kathumyl is actually leading the way. Valakos trying to lead you towards the direction of where she thinks that the luxury should be, making your way past through, different streets, and eventually opens up, and eventually maybe a few, let's see, maybe about 30 minutes later, as you again try to maneuver yourselves through the crowds, some of the streets become slightly narrower, but at the same time less crowded. And you'd notice that the buildings, again, for the most part in Selena, are made of, if not stone type of something kind of like shiny, almost like marble, but not quite marble. Polished stone, all and but for the most part, that's kind of like the main uh, what do you call this, material that is used for any and all buildings here, be it a store or whatnot. You will probably see some streets booths created. Basically, they're just extending like a tarp outside of like a building, and then just put like a pole, and then they would have some shelves set up there, for the most part. But the streets that you are passing through eventually deviates from the common area, and now it's more residential. Um, but also it feels a little bit more, not quite affluent right now. It's still kind of like in the median, because now you do see, Kathumyl, kind of like a difference in the people walking here. Less of the You don't see a lot of the hobgoblins here. A lot more people dressed more casually in robes walking around. But you can see that while there's kind of like what's weird is that while they're walking casually in robes, it's almost as they are armed as well, like with a long sword. And it seems kind of like it doesn't fit with the attire of the robes and the weapon and the belt that they have. It's almost like they're not accessorizing correctly. It's just different. But it seems like everyone seems to be careful or cautious currently. If they're not armed, they are usually there seems to have like an attendant, at least one or two people walking alongside them that are armed as you walk by. So this
So
goes.
does this look like a posher district?
Yes,
Where we are
yes,
now?
yes. As you are heading northeastern again towards where the luxury, the directions towards the luxury is.
When
So
you
this goes on for.
originally-
Sorry.
When you originally described the city,
Yeah.
I think there was a description of it as like Minas Tirith or something, having
Yep.
like
Mhm.
concentric rings that
Yep.
levels the
Yeah, but again,
slid
flattened,
upward.
right? But flattened. It's not like a mountain. So think of it like
Okay. So as we wander, are we wandering
towards.
along one of the rings around, or are we
No,
wandering
so you're making
in towards the center?
you're making a beeline basically. So it's concentric, right? You're making a beeline. You enter the next circle, circle, and if everything were half circles, the luxury is somewhere in the northeast section of the this is the circle somewhere here, and you're over here. So you're trying to like make your way towards it somehow, beelining it. You having only kind of like the general direction, you don't really know like how exactly the path to get there. So that's why you're just trying to angle your way towards it. Okay.
So we're like the tourists who are just like trying to get there. Like
Yeah,
wait, is it-
but at the same time, you're also looking at other buildings, like you said, Valakos. You're looking if there's a library, what source they have. So just getting an idea as well of the layout. Okay, but good questions. So again, so this goes on for another 15, 30 minutes. At this point, Valakos, you hear a voice in your head. It seems to be a message, and it seems to be coming from the voice sounds pretty familiar. It's actually from Wren.
Oh,
Yeah. So the message, for the most part, I don't have the 25 characters, I don't think. But the gist of it is basically, he mentioned something that had to contact you, found a book in Candlekeep called A History of the Kingdoms of the Border Kingdoms. Funny title, he says. Oops, shouldn't waste space. Shouldn't.
oh no!
So basically, this is multiple castings then. Message.
Yeah.
Not the first time. And he said, while he picked up the book and just was leafing through it, the book appears to be talking about the different, fiefdoms and kingdoms and mercenaries and congregations and whatnot around the border kingdoms. Because again, they were trying to see if there's a connection between Caius and what Telemir was talking about, etc. And he found a note that fell from the book. And the note was signed by a wizard named Balakard.
We know that. Okay, yeah.
Okay, and that would be your response to Wren, and he said, yes, we do. This is supposed to be the mage who was researching the Age of Worms. And who is the owner of the scroll, the teleportation scroll, the shadows,
Spire.
the spire
Long
of
Shadow.
long shadows.
Yeah, in the Amadio jungle, right? Something like that. There's a city
Kulutmar.
Yeah, and ruled far south called Kuluthmar a harper named Balakard visited this city in the Amadi jungle, found a ziggurat, inspired of long shadow, where Caius
So
began
he
his
said,
experiment. Yeah.
seems
Okay.
to be
Okay.
more than a coincidence that this note was left here in the pages talking about the Kingdom of Light, or Selena, as it is now called. In the notes, on the note that he found, again, this is so long for one or two messages. This is for Wren. This is multiple messages.
Yeah, like he probably made some good friends with like the wardens, or the librarians, and he's like, can I borrow you?
Just pass this along, okay? On the note was the name Father Rorschach.
Oh, wait, sorry, what was that again?
Father Rorschach.
Father Rorschach.
You can only hear it. It is not spelled.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Rorschach, okay.
Which is coincidentally the author of the book. Underneath the name is a location, Church of Blessed Deliverance, and in parentheses, in Selena.
All right. Okay.
And on the sides of the book, and Wren also provided some footnotes. How dare he write on the book? But
Yeah.
something about Balakard's note circled the name Ebon Triad, and something about started in the Kingdom of Light ? And then right below it is a line crossed out, but it says, I need to see Father Rorsch. I need to talk to the author or to the advisors of the royal family. And something about a blind sage or the Holy Shield.
Wait, sorry. So this line, need to talk to the father or someone from the royal family.
And then right below it's something about a blind sage or Holy Shield.
Blind sage
or the Holy Shield.
or the Holy Shield. Wow. Okay.
So, and then the last question from Wren was, does this make any sense to you?
Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is great leads. It's a good job, Wren. Like, these are some really good leads. We are in Selena now, just so you know. So I'm with Kathumyl. Maybe we can go check this Church of Blessed Deliverance and see if we can find anything.
Oh, one more thing. The book is about, the notes actually seems to be around 15 or 20, I don't know, a few decades old.
A few decades old.
Maybe a decade or so.
Oh, okay. About a decade. Wow. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Wren. Appreciate it. Like anything new, please do let us know, and do take care of yourself.
Lunchtime. Bye.
Bye. Have fun. Okay, so I instantly, tap Kathumyl on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, Kathumyl, I just got a message from Wren, and...
Oh yeah, so while this is happening, Kathumyl, you'll just see Valakos just almost like as if like he's holding his head, and he would just make those comments out of like to himself loudly.
He's using the Secret Service thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy. So like I'll tell her like everything which Wren told me, word for word.
Okay. And did you get? Were you listening, paying attention, Max? Just to make sure.
I was.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't think my notes reflected word for word comprehension of everything that was said. But...
If only we have this recorded somehow, you know.
I know, right?
Anyway, Yeah.
So, do you want to go check out this Church of Blessed Deliverance?
Yeah, I'll just pull it up on Google Maps here. Where do you think this is?
Let's ask.
All right. I think so. Kathumyl is like thinking we are orienting ourselves, so finding this is a good thing to do. But let's also not forget we do want to just scope out the hairdresser. We want to walk by
Yeah. Oh,
there.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
want to walk through there as well.
Yeah, I mean, if it's before the hairdresser, then we'll check it out first. If it's after, then first we'll check out the hairdresser and then we'll go to the church.
Do we happen to have a map of the city with us?
You do not have a map of the city.
Have we seen any like
Mm-mm.
kiosks?
They're
that have city
actually
maps, or
from the stalls, booths, merchants that you've seen. No one's selling a map of Selena.
okay. What's things look like around where we are right now? Are there like any
While it's
merchants
not
that
totally
look like they might
crowded,
catch us?
yeah, while it's not totally crowded, there are some people walking around. Again, same idea where most of them are, they don't look like merchants, they don't look like super important people, just like regular people more or less. Some of them are armed, some of them have people walking in groups. At least a couple of people are armed if they're in groups, but and they're just quietly talking to each other. It's less busy now that you're closer, that you've entered more of the concentric circle within the city.
Okay. I think those going to point out to Valakos that if we go asking around about a church that may have existed pre-transformation here and may or may not still exist, we may give ourselves away as outsiders, and so we may want to be a little careful about who you just go asking questions about.
So Kathumyl, even with that thought, right? I would say that because of your whatever you're wearing, you definitely look more like an outsider than the people in this area that you're walking, because they are actually again wearing the robes while you guys are armored. So you're already standing out, so you would know that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are right. However, who would suspect a priest of Gaunt? I mean, like, I don't know if anyone over here knows Gaunt, but a priest from another temple wants to reach out and talk to another like a priest from another temple. I don't think anyone would suspect anything like that, and maybe we try that.
All right. I'm just advising caution. I feel like if we ask somebody, and suppose this church has some story behind it around transformation, and asking about it might give away our purpose here, and so I guess just be discreet.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you on being discreet. Maybe I come up with a story. Let's see. I don't want it to be too out of the ordinary. And I mean, I am a priest myself, and I am curious about the religions of this place. So maybe if you do find one of the law keepers, like a guard or someone, maybe I'll go ask them.
Have we seen any temples or religious establishments since we've been here?
Let's see. If I were picturing you guys walking to that 30, towards the northeast. No, you haven't. Not that Valakos or you would have recognized as a religious building. They were, if you have, they weren't. They weren't. They don't have their trappings like all religious or whatever.
Okay. I will. Like I have my shield, right? So my shield has that holy symbol on it.
Okay.
And we like have our arms and armament with us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys didn't say you were gonna get. You'd be in different attire, so I'm assuming it's just your regular adventuring attire when you entered, and no one has
Okay.
changed. So
Okay, so I will take my shield out and like hold it very casually, but making sure that the like, holy symbol is very like visible as I walk,
mhm.
so that can lend to our story that we are just
Okay.
folks of some temple looking to uh, find other similar minded individuals to talk about the the gods and debate upon whose is better.
I don't know how that is all reflected with the shield, but for the most part, as you're walking Valakos with your shield, people pretty much leave you alone. They like maybe glance a couple of at the dwarf and the tall tiefling, but they mind their own business.
And like I like to find a guard if we can,
Hmm.
any a lawkeeper.
Kathumyl, are you doing anything special while this is happening?
Um, so continue walking along,
Okay.
trying to look nonchalant.
Um, what's funny, Valakos, is that you're looking around and they you in the last hour, because it's been 30 minutes and maybe another 20 minutes just before you got the messages from Wren. You realize that you haven't actually seen any authority figure in your walks, or anything or anyone that looks actually like a guard, which is actually interesting because in a large city, in a kingdom even, you would expect that there would be guards, but aside from the mercenaries that are more armed than the residents that you're seeing walking around, um, you don't see anyone in uniform or anything like that that would make you think that these were the constables or the guards patrolling around Selena.
Ah, Kathumyl, did you notice? Not too many guards, or actually none at all. That doesn't look right.
Yeah. Well, maybe their city's very safe.
I hope so, but that would explain why if people are armed and have armed bodyguards with them.
Or, or that's why everybody's armed.
All right. Okay. So how do we do this then? So maybe let's.
How about a food stand or something? We see any like
Yeah,
street
you would
vendors?
have seen some food stands. They're not as common as vending machines in Japan, but you would probably pass by one or two food stands that are selling maybe drinks or snacks, finger foods.
Let's go get a snack.
Hey, I'm down to snacking.
Uh, you kind of like you go to the nearest stall that you recall seeing, so you backtrack slightly, and behind you there is a small stall, really just a window, from a stone building. There's an open window, and you can smell some grilled food being cooked indoors, and you see some skewers hanging by the window itself. And it's not quite busy at this hour currently, and you don't see the proprietor until you get close enough, and then you see what appears to be maybe a teenager manning the window. A human.
Valakos, you want to go get some food for us and then strike up a conversation about a church of blessed deliverance?
Yeah. All right. Like I walk in,
Okay.
I go up to that teenager and
Yeah.
say, "Oh, good day. Blessings of God be upon you."
Good day, and the blessings of the four-winged falcon be with you,
Four
journeyman.
will four wind falcon. You say interesting. Um, uh, I mean, I have more questions for you on that, but my friend and over here, I gesture to Kathumyl.
Is
We are.
Kathumyl like too short to see over the window?
Uh, if you get close enough, if you get too close to the window, then yeah, it's too high. but it's cool that to the side there are what do you call this, bar chairs that you could like hoist yourself up if you really wanted to. But yes, if you get too close to the wall, then you can just smell the skewers but not really see them.
Oh, by the way, that smells delicious. And like I was saying, my a colleague here, Kathumyl and I, we are new to this city. We are on a sort of a pilgrimage, you would say. Like I'm from the Temple of Gond. We're knowledge seekers, and so we're just looking around, looking for other temples of other regions and trying to make some contact. But for now, we are famished.
While you're saying this, Valakos, the teenager, it's a boy by the way, seems to be nodding but not really paying attention to you while he's like glazing the meat. It says, oh, famish. Ooh, I have food.
So what is it you said? It's like skewers with...
Yeah, skewers and different types of meat, which is you can't really tell what meat it is right now because it's cut finely, like bite size, and skewered. And they're being grilled behind the window.
All right, two of those freshly glazed ones, please.
That would be 2 coppers each.
And 2 for me as well.
Oh, look, I was ordering for you. All right, okay.
You lean over the window. Huh? Yeah, 2 coppers each. So as you pay,
I'll pay for it.
okay. He takes the coins and looks at it. It's like, wow, you really are not from here, he said. Whew, haven't seen this in quite a while, he said. And then and he puts it, do you have any more of this? Maybe I can trade you some coins.
Yeah, sure.
So
yes, so look, I give him a few extra.
Okay, and then he gives you like, and once he hands over, what did you give him? Like silver, copper, what type of denomination?
I gave him, say, like a 10 copper.
Okay, he gives you 10 coppers back, and they look to be freshly minted, and the coins actually has an imprint of a what looks to be a silhouette of a long-faced man with long hair. So it's like, yeah, these are just newly minted. That's Prince Zeke right there.
I look at it closely and then I show it to Kathumyl.
Kathumyl asks if he wants to trade some silvers.
Says, oh yeah, I have a few silvers too. And he said, okay.
Kathumyl pulls out like 3 silvers to trade.
And he trades same thing. It's the same mint. Now the profile for the silver, the face looks the other direction.
All right.
It's just like, these currencies have been circulating in the last few months. So you'll have less people looking around if you use these. And before he hands over the silvers to you, Kathumyl, he actually like tries to weight it with both hands. Similar composition. I guess that's fine. But by the way, here, try these cockatrice meat.
Wait, what?
Cockatrice meat.
Cockatrice. Okay. I just like I missed a few letters there. Okay. So how does it taste?
Like chicken.
Like chicken.
Like, what's this pilgrimage you said you're here for again?
Yes. Me and my colleague are, we are from the Temple of Gond, and here we are here to meet other temples of other religions, and strike up a conversation. More of that. So Valakos is like rambling.
It's like,
So one of the temples we have on our list is, and then I try to come up with some names, like a temple of, like the Divine Guardian, and a Church of Blessed Deliverance, and I try to see if he stops.
No reaction.
And so I was wondering if you could help me find any of these.
Sorry, what was the name again?
So one of them is we really want to see today is the Church of Blessed Deliverance. Have you
Okay.
heard of that church?
Let me just check something here. Valakos, go ahead and roll me a charisma, please.
Charisma. This is gonna be fun. First roll after so long. This is fun. Okay. Come on, Valakos. Normal roll.
Okay. He said, Church of Blessed Deliverance. I don't think I've heard of that name before. You do know that ever since the events, right? There's a lot of churches popping out. So I mean, that's why I'm not too surprised and really not really that too interested in all the priests that are going about and asking about this church and that symbol and what symbol. But my parents just left me here in front of the store. So anyway, as I was saying, most of the churches that are being built with all the new people coming in actually are in the west side of town. That's kind of like the religious center.
I see. Okay, west side. All right.
What about the older churches? Are they also in the west side of town?
I would think so. I'm not really that much of a religious type, except for the following, falcon.
Where is the four-winged falcon?
That would be the palace.
Wait, like the palace is its own religion? Has its own religion?
Well, the Kingdom of Light is built on the story of the four-winged falcon, and they are established as the royal family, right in the center of the city, the palace itself.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I guess you are not from here. And he kind of like lightens up, says like, I learned this from school. The kingdom of Selena's kingdom of light was founded on the religion of the four-winged falcon. That's why we used to be ruled by the nobles, and we have the holy order of the paladins under King Frederick and his father before him and his father before him, and so on and so forth. And back then, according to my parents, it was strictly that religion only. Well, except for a few good religions, those who worship the good and the lawful. But after the recent coup and all that, actually maybe sometime right before that, when Prince Jarek came and led the army and had asked the help and assistance from other kingdoms and mercenaries out, more religions came in, and they became a little bit more tolerant, and King Zik seemed to be more open to that idea. However, the four-winged falcon is still revered at the palace, while every other religion is in the west side.
Okay. I look to Kathumyl. I'm like, all right, the west it is.
Do we have our food yet?
Oh yeah, no, he handed the food while he was talking.
So we've been eating.
Yeah, you've been eating in between bites. He was explaining that. And that's why I said it tastes like chicken.
Has he finished eating?
If you want to be finished eating, then you are finished eating.
Maybe it doesn't matter.
I'd like to take like half a dozen to go for our very hungry Eris and Saphira.
Oh, I don't think I have half a dozen ready yet. So it's like they're still in the. I have to be perfect. I can't let it go until it's done. So maybe a few more minutes.
I respect that. We'll wait.
Okay. But thank you for patronage.
Absolutely.
So while you were waiting, why do you go to all these temples? Isn't your temple enough?
We are one of the temples where we seek knowledge, and knowledge requires us to often trek beyond our temple to seek out as you say, knowledge. So, yeah,
That sounds
that's
like
why
a
I'm.
lot of work. Hey,
It is, but it's fun. It's fun
it
work.
doesn't sound fun. Hey, Miss Dwarf, are you a priest too?
I I am more of a apprentice.
What's that? What's apprentice?
It's like when you're still learning religion.
Oh, you're a student.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you do once you find the knowledge? You're muted.
Well, once we find the knowledge, we like write it down in these books. So I show him, some of the parchments I have, and then we compile it into a book. And
Why?
for history, for future generations to learn from, and for other parts of this continent to learn from.
Why doesn't that just explain or give out secrets to other people and
And,
confuse them?
not necessarily. Like, I wouldn't say confuse. Just open their minds, broaden their horizons, as I say.
Why would they need that if they can just open up a store and sell food?
I look to Kathumyl, seeing if she can help me. Try to knock some sense into this kid who just wants to stay in one place.
Kathumyl kind of looks at him and is like, it's an excellent point, and I keep telling him this, but he keeps saying we're seeking knowledge.
Kathumyl. All right, I concede. I concede.
Well, the only reason why I ask is because a lot of priests seem to do that, and some people tell me it's all good things, and some people like some of the religions that have come through or I've heard of have been a mix, and some of them are kind of weird, to be honest, and some of them seem to be scary. Uh, some talk about sacrificing yourself to bring people to justice. It's like, why do I need to sacrifice myself? When why can't I sacrifice that person to and do justice? Things like that. But then my parents tell me not to say that out loud, or the blessed angels come in and take you away. So religion is scary. But I
Blessed
didn't say
angel.
that. Yeah,
Okay,
the
yeah.
blessed angels, the
Blessed
things that
angels
fly
come.
around, the things that are the authority of the kingdom now.
Have they always been the authority of the kingdom?
More so now that Prince Zeke had gotten rid of all the guards.
I wonder.
All the authority people are just to keep. They said that the blessed angels have a better eye on, especially now that there's a lot more mercenaries, and Prince Zeke doesn't really supposedly trust anyone close by, so he trusts the blessed angels instead. So, um, with the what did they say? Call it revolution that happened. What if the guards, since they are armed, decide to also attack him? So he's relying on the blessed angels, who's been loyal to the royal family, supposedly, um, as kind of like the protectors.
I see. And these blessed angels, are they angels of
Of course they
for the
are, with the feathered wings and their majestic flight, flying above us. But be careful. Be careful of them. Be afraid, actually, is what they tell us.
I've
Don't
heard
do
that.
anything bad, or they'll come after you.
All right. That's yeah. No, we will definitely keep that in mind.
And bet the other religions don't have their own angels. Does yours?
Ours, not really.
See? There you go.
Yeah.
Your religion is weak.
Well, we are weak when it comes to strength. That is correct. But
That's the
ingenuity,
definition of being weak. You don't have strength.
but ingenuity is outweighs the brawn, as I say.
Who says?
Oh, there was this a great philosopher, and then Invalco just goes on this
Go roll persuasion.
trying to convince a kid. Persuasion. Oh no!
It's like, well, here's 3 more of your skewers.
Oh, thank you.
Well, as he's finishing up the last few skewers, he also mentioned something about, you know what? Thinking about before everything was happened, and again, with all the other, it used to be just a handful of churches that were allowed to be built in the religious circle. Um, I heard there was like one that stood out the most. I forgot what its name was, but about a few decades ago, I think I was still young, but my parents were telling me that the uh, the Holy Knights of King um, Frederick actually raided one of the churches because they thought that they were doing something, well, let's just say not good, and burn it down. So now there's a lot more churches being built, how do they know like which one's good and which one's not? Actually, I think they're letting. I think Brinzik is allowing every type now.
Interesting. I will keep that note in my head about a burned down church.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the rest of your skewers.
Well, thank you.
He doesn't have a bag because
you.
plastic bags don't exist in this world. So he's just giving you like.
I just
Do we have some kind of a to-go box?
Nope.
maybe a I don't know, a leaf to wrap them in.
Nope.
You know.
You can from the store. It's like very simple. Window. There's a grill behind the window, and then skewers and meat. That's all you see. No containers. No nothing.
Wow.
They don't even sell drinks in this particular stand, or this particular window. Just the food.
Yeah, what do you think? He's totally convinced to carry them along for the next 30 minutes.
Just like carrying it around.
Here's another reason that I should have taken the floating discs.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for combat or anything. It's for convenience.
For carrying food around in the city.
I mean, like I'll carry it as
eat, and everybody's like trying to eat off the side of it. You know, they don't have a plate or anything. And it's like floating disc. I've got a table.
Where do we put it? Let's see if I have anything to put it in.
You're looking for.
I am. I'm actually looking at something.
Well, you're the one who ordered it.
I know. Like I thought he would give a box or something.
I think we start walking away, continuing on our way. Valakos is kind of holding these.
It's like a whole, yeah, exactly, yeah. Because I can't find anything, so we're definitely holding it.
Oh man, okay. So Valakos is holding half a dozen skewers, walking down the street. Now, which direction are you going? Because now, you would have realized that it's in opposite direction of the deluxury direction.
Well, I think we should continue on our initially planned walk, but we can circle back. I wasn't planning to go in or anything. I just want to kind of walk by.
Oh, okay. Valakos, are you okay with that, or?
So we're going west, you said, but not directly, just around. You said?
On the other hand, Valakos, maybe you want to take these skewers back to the hotel room and give them to people before we. So you don't have to carry them around.
Would we pass by that inn, the Beaver's Tail Inn? Or...
If you double back, that's about an hour away, though.
Oh, okay, no. So We'll just carry. I mean, I'll just carry it around as long as we get hungry, and then I guess we can just eat it. But if we, yeah. So for now, I'll just carry them around,
Okay.
and then I'll follow Kathumyl.
Are you still carrying your shield in front of you?
No. Now look, I have it like on my back again, and then just holding, 3 skewers here, 3 skewers in this hand, and just walking behind Kathumyl.
All right. So, sorry. So confirm, which direction are you guys heading?
West, right? Is that what Kathumyl said, right? West.
Yeah, let's continue on the plan. I mean, we definitely have meetings, but let's not just completely double back and abandon this plan.
Yeah, okay, so recall, so you guys have been beelining northeastward because that was the original direction where the luxury is.
Mm-hmm.
The religious center or circle is actually on the west side of the city, which is in the other side. You're heading northeast, right? So are you going west or are you going northeast still, or are you doubling back to southwest? Or somewhere else?
I would still say northeast.
Towards the deluxery. All right, look, I'll follow
Okay.
Kathumyl.
Again, so not really knowing exactly where the luxury is, just the general location. You guys would go further in easternward. I'm gonna advance the time a little bit here. Actually, why don't the two of you roll? What's the closest thing here? I would just say perception. It's not really a survival thing because you don't need to survive. Well, just being perceptive, the two of you.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah. You spend a whole 45 minutes and you feel kind of lost. You can't find the luxury. You ask a few people along the way. They point you to the direction. But for whatever reason, you hear the directions they point you. It seems to make sense. It seems to be straightforward, but you try to follow it, and then maybe one alley here, one alley there, one road here. You kind of get confused. You don't know if you went the wrong direction. You can't seem to find it though.
All right, Kathumyl, I don't think we'll find this place, and I really think we should check out that that west side, and then maybe we can come back here with Ares and Saphira, and we'll have better luck. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like we should get some broken roads to make ourselves a little less conspicuous as we come back.
All right, so like local outfits, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we should put that on.
It just so happens, as you guys are talking and Valakos is finishing like the second skewer, there's a clothing store right beside you. And they seem to be selling robes of all sizes.
Ooh, all
different color robes. You can accessorize. You can combine.
Yeah, let's pop in.
All right.
Like I'm in.
Not the quality of the fabric here seems to be what do you call this? Higher grade. Pretty good quality. Let's just say that. Some are feels like silk. Some are wool. Some are cotton. You have all the different fabrics here. Some are pre-cut. But yeah, nice robes.
Look, I'll purchase.
Is there is it all kind of the same off the rack? Is there like a person?
No, actually, I'll even let you decide. Like, oh, this is the style I want, and voila, they have it. Wow. They seem to be kind of like what a regular Selenian would be wearing. Combination of it.
Okay.
So, are you looking for
One,
anything particular, anything special, or you just want to blend in?
well, let's see. Kathumyl's going to find the rack with her size. Is it sort of as she's been observed? Are there men and women
The
different
unisex because
things?
they're robes.
Okay. And are they all different patterns or do they have kind
Yeah, some are solid colors. Some have embroidery on them. Some have a floral design. Some have different like silk with cotton side on the hemming. Some are what do you call this? Some have I forgot suddenly I forgot my sewing terms. um, some even have inlaid buttons that yeah, a robe that you can button around. A little bit more on the pricier side because the it has an additional stone on it. Yeah, it's a mix.
of? Hmm.
Some fancier than
Kathumyl's going to be
others,
looking
some
for something.
more simple.
Kathumyl's looking for something with a nice fabric, well made, but not too flashy. Right?
But
So like if
not
somebody
sorry.
jumps it, but like not too flashy
Oh,
or
flashy. Okay.
something to do.
Any
Yeah,
particular
she
color?
wants something. Uh, maybe like a reddish or something.
Okay, sure. You found something kind of like not bright red or so. It's more of like a dark crimson. Would that suffice?
Sure. Yeah.
Or you want more USC colors?
No, no, not red.
Okay. So like a dark crimson. And do you want the whole row to be just that color, or do you want to accessorize and combine it with a sash or something like that? You can do so as well. Or you could pick a robe that does have multiple colors, not just a single color.
What are most people
Hmm.
wearing? Well, what's the most common thing you've seen kind of
Okay.
walking around?
What you've seen actually, the residents that you, they're more of the lighter tone.
Everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
lighter tone.
So maybe like a
Also because, mind you, again, you're kind of like southern now, so it's a little bit temperate weather, by the way. So it is warmer here, so that's why they most of the people wearing the robes are in lighter color.
well, maybe it's more of a pastel sort
The what?
like more of a pinkish or
Oh,
pastel
pastel.
color
Yeah, yeah,
since
yeah.
it's
Sure, yeah.
lighter.
They have those as well. Yeah. I just don't know if Kathumyl has like a version to specific colors, or she's fine with.
Yeah, she doesn't. I have not established specific colors for her
Okay.
that she likes.
Okay, so you get some pastel colors. That's fine. So more of a pastel red, then kind of like lighter, almost like a plum blossom type of color. What about
Yeah.
Valakos?
Um, the color scheme I'm thinking is what I would have seen like the majority of the folks wear. What would be the color scheme?
Some were wearing all gray. Some have white with a floral pattern. What seems to be what caught your attention? Most of the ladies seem to be wearing some like fuchsia or pink, pastel pink, with a bit of purple. Some have a purple lining, more elaborate. Those were have a couple of bodyguards. It almost think of it almost like the robes are like a mix of a robe and a kimono
Ah,
type thing.
okay.
The kimono style colors and patterns, but worn as a robe rather than an actual kimono.
Okay. I'll get something like that. And would it be like sleeveless kind of? Can
It's
I
a
get like
mix. It's a mix. Some have
okay.
sleeves, some are sleeveless, but they wear a shirt underneath it. Some were
Nice. Okay.
yeah. So things like that. So you can
Okay, so like I'll get yeah, one of those pastel fuchsias with the purple and sleeveless, but no shirt underneath. So his like slim, like
red skin stuff.
reddish skin would would like almost accent the like the fuchsia colors.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
So
Okay.
all in all, between the two of you, let's just say that you spent maybe 6 silvers together, altogether, with whatever you
Okay.
bought.
I need to subtract that.
That's together, so 3 silvers each.
Okay. I'll mark it off.
Okay. Where do I mark that?
It's under
Ten.
inventory. Yeah.
I'm just carrying 1,000 gold pieces. Put into this.
Whatever.
Oh, what's the exchange rate?
10. 10 to
Gold to
1.
silver.
10 to 1.
No,
I
dude,
mean,
dude, don't
999
ask him that
gold,
question.
and then 7 silver. All right.
All right. So you put the robes around you. Weapons still outside because you have a great sword, Valakos. Your bow
Yeah.
still outside.
Yes.
Your pack still outside, but wearing the robes now. So you look
Mhm.
like
Is it gonna look?
you look like regular people wearing backpacks and large weapons behind you.
So like,
Regular
um,
people wearing leather armor under their robes?
You could put the leather armor behind the robes, but your backpack not. I assume.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
we look like tourists who have
You
stayed at a place for like like a good week, and they're trying to be like locals. Yeah, yeah.
still wearing your
But
backpacks.
it's still like you stick out as like a sore thumb. Yep, yep. Like I know exactly what you mean. All right then. So we keep heading west.
Yeah, let's head west.
All right. Um, you head west, and that would take you. Oh, but then you got lost. Okay. So actually, okay. So I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so it takes you about you just keep going west along this concentric circle, the main road on the current concentric circle where we currently are. You actually don't know what number you're in, which circle you're in, but you can see the palace still in the center, and you're going equidistant away from it. And along the way, I would assume that you guys would still be asking, like, "Hey, are you going the right direction?" And for those people who do respond and give you better directions, because you're looking for the religious circle, that's more well known because it's an area rather than a building. So it was easier, right? So as they point you towards the west, and you say, "Yeah, I have to follow this road." Eventually, you do reach an area in Valakos. You can tell from the markings on some of the buildings that they do have now symbols of like different religion. Most of them you recognize as, good gods from different names from the Sword Coast, but some of them same symbol, different names.
Okay.
Um, as you're entering what is called the religious circle, the front end, you would see some stores that are selling different, again, not artifacts, but different items that are marked by different religions. Basically, the storefront before you actually get to the buildings that are actually the churches. This place is a little bit more crowded, by the way, as a lot more people seems to be going in and out of different religious buildings. You can also tell as you are walking down the streets, looking around the area now, this particular district, some of the buildings seem to be newly made or newly erected. Not quite the same as the old marble look-alike of the normal buildings of Selena, but some are made of wood, some are made of bricks. So there's a mismatch of different architecture in this area.
Can I look for anything which looks old, like older than 10 years, or anything which looks burnt?
So as you are looking around, and you notice that more of the newer buildings seems to be the forefront. And as you go deeper into the religious circle district, you see the buildings getting older and older and more back to the marble-like stone that are strictly Selena. Selena's architecture. It seems like if you follow the path going further west, slightly north, like the older buildings of this district is what you're seeing. You haven't seen a burnt building yet, though.
Okay.
You guys are continuing, or it's about
Yeah.
a little bit after 4 p.m. at this point. So you've been walking around 4 hours now, with some stops, and you do regular stops, talking, asking people for directions, etc. So
Makes
included in
sense.
that. Yeah. You are out of skewers, by the way, Valakos.
Well, I mean, I guess we can tell them that we thought about them, and then I toss the empty ones back.
As you toss them, you hear some gasps from behind you.
Oh, I go and pick them up. Oh, sorry, we're from out of town.
And as you do that, roll perception check.
Perception.
Roll one for me too, Kathumyl.
23.
Much better than Deliverance.
Kathumyl, you just look around and realize that again, people are just staring at Valakos as he started picking up the skewers that he threw on the ground. And Valakos, with your 23, you just quickly, auto passing, just a shadow pass over you, and you hear the flapping of wings, but nothing else.
Like I swallow hard.
Littering.
Whew, that was close. And so I just caught a shadow, like no.
Yeah, just a quick shadow, because you're looking down and picking up the sticks, but you just felt you're very familiar with flapping of wings only because of your history with things that are flying above you.
Yeah. So many times.
So you feel the presence and the flapping of wings. You look up. Right before you look up, you see just a shadow of a humanoid pass by from overhead. But you look up, no, nothing there.
Okay. Where is this temple? Let's try to find a burned temple.
Okay, you know what? Go, guys. Go ahead, and since you are so Valakos at least, Kathumyl, what are you doing right now? Aside from following Valakos or going that direction, what's your motivation right now? What do you feel?
Well, she's thinking about this church blessing liquid. But also, like, yeah, older buildings, yes. She definitely suspects that this suspiciously burned built church seems like something we want to learn more about. Although I think she has a suspicion that it been torn down, built upon, so it might.
Yeah. So why don't the
not
two of you
help you
roll
here.
me investigations then? Since you are investigating the area at this point, you are interested in finding things out.
Can I cast a guidance on myself?
You may, yeah. I think the two of you have guidance, so you can cast it on yourself, both of you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Jeez! What? We are terrible. Or sorry, at least I am with my 4 investigation.
Very heavy.
Yeah, you should just be able to add it. No, I was gonna say you don't have to cast it on yourself. You just.
Well,
But you got it, so go ahead.
I don't know if I even targeted myself before I did that. Investigation. Bonus. Wind. It's a 1d4.
Yeah, it's a 1d4.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So while you're investigating, it doesn't necessarily mean things that you just visually see. I would say part of investigation is also asking around, kind of like how you guys are asking about directions. And you are trying to be very discreet about how you're asking the questions, if that is what you want, or you can be very direct How would you approach it? Because either way, you're gonna be successful, Kathumyl. I just wanna. What flavor do you want?
Kathumyl's approach discreetly. She has this suspicion that like whatever this religion was, that it might not be okay anymore. And so she doesn't want to like come out with someone showing up here looking for this specific thing that you guys aren't cool with anymore. So he wants to be like asking about the thing, older churches. Maybe she's gonna take an architectural angle, looking for the buildings that are older, so she can see the inscriptions and the religious artwork on the buildings.
Okay, yeah. So you ask around, you're going towards that approach, and you find one of the priests of one of the churches of a different religion. And you ask around, and maybe you give them some platitudes of like, oh, how pretty your church is. Is there any other architecture similar to this? I'm just interested in like, the different art styles or whatnot. And he seems to be very taken, pleased with your approach. And he was saying, yeah. Eventually, the conversation steers, and he says like, yeah, unfortunately, one of the more beautiful churches was burned down about a couple of decades ago, about like 5 blocks by north side of the district in the older side. It was the church of Saint Cuthbert, one of the Gouda-line gods. But yep, that was the Church of Blessed Deliverance. Such a loss.
Sorry, you were cutting out a little bit there.
Too bad.
Church of Blessed Deliverance burnt down. You had a location.
Yeah. So he gave you the direction to the general area of where it used to be, and he was saying that they had great beautiful stained glass window. It was like a big cathedral of sorts. Um, People say it's haunted now. People hear howling at night, scuttling in the darkness. And perhaps that's why Prince Zeke has decreed that no one should be approaching that. Well, even his father said that. Entry is prohibited from the ruins. You could still admire it from a distance.
She kind of leans in. It's like, but surely the children are calling in there at night to go check out the haunted house. Yeah.
Could very well be, but that's not up to me. If the royal family decrees the area prohibited, it's the blessed angels they answer to if they're caught. Anyway, if you're interested in the art, you can still look at it. Just be wary. Don't say I didn't warn you.
How much of it is still standing?
It's old. The structure you can still see from afar. Walls are a bit slanted and decaying, but the remaining fragments of the stained glasses you can still see from outside. Then you can just use your imagination of the grandeur it used to had.
So, remind me again on the history of Selena, the current king. How long has he been king?
You actually do not know. The last king probably served or ruled more than 30 years, you would guess, but you don't know the exact amount of time.
But like the current king's dad also didn't want people going in there, right?
So the decree, from what the priest you were talking about, was it was burnt down a couple of decades ago. So that would still be during the reign of the previous king.
Oh, okay. So that would be previous king.
So Prince
Yeah.
Zeke's father, though King Frederick, who got deposed and killed.
Oh, right. Still. Okay.
Do you need like a timeline, an infograph?
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, then I won't do it. You guys write it yourself. You guys write your notes. Anyway,
All right. And so he mentioned before saying of something about the blessed deliverance. He said church of something.
oh, the
What,
Church of Saint
uh,
Cuthbert.
Saint Cuthbert.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may not be as familiar with that god Valakos because this is a god that's not worshipped in the Sword Coast.
Saint Cuthbert. Okay. So Saint Cuthbert, Blessed Deliverance, something like that. So it's like a full title, basically. Right?
So the way he said it, it was a church for Saint Cuthbert, and it was
Okay.
called the Church of Blessed Deliverance.
Gotcha. Cool.
So maybe we walk away from this guy and Captain was like, let's go check it out.
Sorry, what was
Sorry?
that?
Yeah.
Kathumyl, after they walk away, Kathumyl kind of lean up to Valakos and like, so we're gonna check that out, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so yeah, you guys make your way, and it's very easy. It actually was not hard to miss. It's just that you didn't pass by the full circle of the district, but it is on the very end of it. So if you only followed the the main street, you would have gotten to the oldest part, and sure enough, at the very corner, the last place that you would have seen is again away from all the other churches is a dilapidated building, most of the stone blackened. It's very tall. A lot of the walls seem to have fallen onto against each other, and sure enough, some stained glass you can still see. Some of them have faded color at this point, and most of them are broken, but they're tall. It looks majestic. You can't see exactly what the stained glass were depicting. You can just see the different colors. However, looking around the other buildings, especially including the new ones, actually including the older ones that are behind you as you're looking at this ruined building. None of them have stained glass, so this is the only one that had a stained glass. That's what made it stood out.
Is there a fence or any signs saying do not enter? Or anything like
So yeah, you move a bit closer. You're now on the same street as it, same side of the street as it. And let me think here. Yeah, it's as you the closer you get, the more that you definitely realize that the place is definitely falling into ruin. Um, the walls itself again are sagging and blackened, and there are actually not is there are a lot of notes around windows, the main door, now that you're again by the church itself, and even it's not really a fence per se, but there is a um, almost like a tombstone in front of the main door, right before you get to the main door, but on the not really a courtyard, but maybe the small path that leads to the where the big doors used to be. There is a big sign. It says condemned by the order and ineffable wisdom of Almighty Lord and King Zeke, and then at the bottom, entry prohibited in exclamation point.
I look up in the skies to see if there are any winged creatures.
Perception, please.
that?
You gonna look up as well, Kathumyl?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's thinking the same thing.
Okay. Roll it.
16.
neither of you see anything conspicuous in the sky.
So it's like afternoon, like sorry,
It's
it's after 4 p.m. You said, right?
it's about 4:24 at this point.
Okay.
The
Okay.
the sun is still, it hasn't set yet because it's summer-ish. Actually, sorry, no, we're still in, well, winter time in Sword Coast. You move down, yeah. So it's kind of like springish. So there's still definitely light. The sun hasn't set yet, but because you're in the religion district, the buildings behind you are a little bit more taller, right? Some of them have spires, some of them have domes, whatnot. There's a lot of perches all over the area. You can see some what looks like gargoyles, like stone gargoyles designed. Some are Gothic, or our definition of Gothic. Um, while some of them look interesting, some of them look weird. You are in the shadow of these buildings, but you don't see any winged creatures that appear to be alive around the area.
Okay.
The building
And
itself of the ruined church seems to stand alone. Like, the perimeter around it seems to, like, all the other buildings seems to be slightly away from it. Like, there's some spaces around it. The lot itself, it's a big lot, by the way. The lot itself is overgrown, but the buildings around it or next to it were purposely, moved a little bit farther from the building, almost creating some alleyways, if
see.
you will.
so is it like so like the actual ruins, they are like on the ground level basically, right? That's like, I mean, like it's like rubble, like burnt rubble kind
Yeah,
of.
but the walls are still standing. Some of the
The walls are still okay.
walls, and there's still a ceiling and whatnot. But it's definitely, you can still
Okay.
picture the cathedral itself, right? Because it has the windows and whatnot. But it's definitely, like, unmistakably ruined, and it was burned.
So say if someone were to be inside, we couldn't necessarily see them because there's still walls
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's still collapsed ceiling. Some
Exactly.
parts.
Yeah,
Okay.
some parts you can see through and see inside because the wall has fallen.
Gotcha.
Some parts of the roof have fallen, so there's holes as well and things like that. It's definitely not being kept.
Right, Kathumyl, what do you say? I certainly want to check this place out.
Yeah, we definitely place that. What do you think about daytime versus nighttime? I feel like
Hold on, I
you've got
I
a
miss what you
good-
said. You're not too clear.
What do you think about daytime versus nighttime? Like, I don't really want to get assaulted by some winged angel creature.
Yeah, like I'm with you. Yeah, yeah.
I don't
So
know.
let's what's
I
that
don't have
down?
any. Some invisibility spells would be great, but I don't have anything like that.
Yeah, neither do I. But hey, how about
We should
this?
also check it for like wards and stuff. Like, there might be some magic on there. We should.
Yeah. Um. So let's definitely wait till sundown. Yeah. But a question for the DM.
Hmm.
So where we are right now, it's where that tombstone kind of thing is, right?
Right
How?
before it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So
You're,
how far from where we are to entering this,
Mhm.
entering inside? Like
So
how far is it?
right. So the main entrance of and the doors entering the cathedral itself. And again, it's a cathedral. It's a big building. It's a long building. You're probably about 20-25 feet away from it.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Okay. So, Kathumyl, I have a spell that would allow me to peer. I mean, I could send an arcane eye inside, um, and then I can get some information from it. But I do agree that let's, like, anything we do, especially if you have to go inside, we'll do it after sundown. So maybe we'll just wait. We'll send the arcane eye first to just take a look, see, and then we can head in. Do you have anything in
Yeah.
your spell book?
Um, looking for some creative options. If we find something we want to extract from 60 feet away, we could just pull it out. Maybe we wouldn't have to lock in. Let's see. I'm wondering. Let's see, if we get to it. I do have a summon aberration, which maybe we could see. So yeah, I don't think the aberration really talk to it, but I don't think you get to know what they're seeing. Yeah, we might not have a lot of good options. Just going
Okay.
here.
All right. So maybe the first or plan A would be we wait for sundown and we send in the arcane eye, see what we can glean, and then we can go from there.
Yeah. Also, let's keep in mind though that that message we got, it sounds like Valakard, was that this guy's name?
Balakard, yeah,
He wanted to talk to Father Rorsch,
that's correct.
who was at this church. I mean, Father Rorsch is pretty clearly gone, so I don't know how much we're going to find inside the church that's valuable to us. So
True.
I don't know exactly what we're looking for if we go in.
We would probably. I do agree with you that this father was likely either imprisoned or gone long ago, and we'll probably not find much in this place. However, if this place was what we were told to be probably a a cult, like a front for a cult, sort of. I was hoping to see if we could find some hidden I don't know, hidden like alcove somewhere, which a part of the burning wouldn't have gotten to. Maybe something underground, or maybe something inside a wall or something. So just taking a look around, I think, shouldn't hurt. But um, yeah, yeah, I think we might be grasping at straws, but we'll see.
All right. So you guys are waiting then, or
Waiting for sundown.
okay?
Yeah.
Let's wait for darkness.
All right. So unless you guys want to tell me what you did prior to that, we can fast forward to about, let's say, 4:30 to 3 hours.
Okay. So it's like really dark now.
Yeah, this is past sundown at this point. Are you guys good with that, or you guys want to do something in between? Yes, you can just tell me. We don't have to RP it if you.
Okay.
I'm
That's
just
good.
looking at the time for Max. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna finish, but we'll see what we get. 3 hours ahead. Okay, so it is now about 7:30 at night, darker. While there are, as you are, tourists just looking around the church district and the lights, you see some people go in and out of some buildings. This area where you're at and where the Church of Saint Cuthbert is not well trafficked. There's not a lot of people going in these older churches. So you are for the most part left alone. A couple of people did pass by and basically manually turns on lit some of the street lamps, but none of the street lamps actually hit the ruined church. Most of them are on the other sidewalk, the other side of the street.
Okay. So like I would be sitting, like next to Kathumyl, but with my backpack down, as if we're tourists. You were just like resting after a long day of just exhausted, right? So kind of like that, and then I'd look to Kathumyl. All right, I can cast the Arcane Eye. Look if you're ready.
Yeah, is there a side entrance or any way to kind of sneak in here without anybody seeing us?
Well, it depends
pass
on
through?
who is looking at you per se. Again, there are enough foliage. Technically, you can hide around, and there are some ruins and whatnot. I mean, it's easy to sneak enough because again, some of the walls have fallen, and there's like you don't have to go through the main door. Some of the walls definitely can fit like an ogre. Just go inside. So
I'm wondering, like, is it sort of like surrounded by other walls and structures, or
nope.
do you want
Like I
all
said,
to
it's a
get out
separate
there?
building. The perimeter seems to have been like the other buildings. The closest buildings to it have been on purposely like moved away, creating some of the alleys around the perimeter of the church. Nothing touches the main building itself.
Alright. Let's just go find kind of the darkest side of the building, and yeah, we'll try that out in that.
Okay. So basically, you're asking Valakos not to cast it at the street, right?
Yeah, let's go somewhere where people aren't gonna see you cast it.
All right, let's do it.
So you go to the let's say the eastern side of the building, and there's more trees, a little bit more trees on this street, and some foliage, definitely less taken care of. There's some brambles or whatever. Easy enough. You can. There's not a lot of people walking around anyway. Even less so in this spot that you found.
All right then. I
The
start to
twinkling of the
cast.
stars. The stars start coming up from the sky. Become more
What a
visible.
beautiful night.
Yeah, beautiful night.
And I cast Arcane Eye.
You cast Arcane Eye. What are you gonna do with this Arcane Eye?
So essentially, I will cast it, and like it's not like visible at all. It's like invisible.
invisible.
So Kathumyl can't see it, and then I can. But I receive like visual information, from the eye, and it has, and yeah. So I just send it past that tombstone, like like a billboard kind of thing, and into that where the doorway was.
Basically, you just go inside the
coincide, yeah.
the cathedral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it enters, I just want to like do a full scan very slowly just to see what's inside.
Let's see. Let me just check something here. Receive visual information. Oh, it does have dark vision. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
30 feet.
Yeah. All right. So, Valakos, Kathumyl, you see Valakos concentrating. How's Valakos concentrating eyes? Is his eyes closed, or is like one eye open, or?
So.
What is Kathumyl seeing?
So I think. Right now, Kathumyl is seeing Valakos's eyes like open, but like completely golden, like covered. Like his eyes are not like that, but now it's like it's like a holy, like radiant, screen on his eyes now.
Okay. So yeah, Valakos, you can definitely see Valakos is concentrating, and Valakos, you see, almost like a video game, right? You're manning your drone as you're
exactly
going in, maneuvering it. You don't usually you haven't used the eye for quite a while, so you're just kind of like okay, left, right, okay, up, down, okay, good,
yeah.
Okay.
Like last time I used it was
the waterfall.
Waterfall. Yes, you're right.
Waterfall. Green Dragon Lair. Yes.
Yes. See, I forgot about that. I was going way back to
the swamps.
Yep.
I remember.
Dude, you remember? What? So this is the third time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So you're calibrating. Okay. But eventually, you direct your eye. It enters into the door. You can tell now that it's closer. It's actually ajar. It's fallen out of its hinge, so it actually is like
Oh, okay.
So more than enough space. You go in. You can tell that if a body, instead of going forward, kind of like sidles sideways in, you could make your way inside. And yeah, the eye goes in, and it's vast. There's empty space. Well, actually, a large room in this cathedral. Most of the pews are burnt, weathered, decaying on the floor. There's a bunch of rubble along the walls, but as far as this eye can see, rubble's on the floor, decaying wood, everything inside is ruined basically, and then you go do a 360. Again, there are some holes. You can see the stars shining from the holes in the ceiling. Some of the steeple has fallen in. To the left and to the right, you see again the broken windows, glass scattered also, but the ones on the floor are blackened from old suits. Some of them, most of them are gray. Well, it's dark vision, so we already talked about it. It's gray. You don't see color.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's empty. Like you don't
Same.
see any movement. You don't see anything else.
Okay. I send it deeper in.
Yep. Hasn't.
I mean, like anything exciting, like anything, like So essentially, I'm trying to look for maybe like walls. So I want to go along the walls within
How
to
long?
try and
Oh, you have an hour. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Okay. So trying to find anything hidden, like hidden alcove, hidden compartments, hidden
With
trapdoors.
with disadvantage, because it's just an eye in
Okay,
dark
so-
vision.
Yeah, that's it. So like investigation. You said.
With disadvantage, yes.
Can I do guidance myself?
It's the eye
But with
seeing it.
disadvantage?
Yeah,
Eye seeing it? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
the
no.
eye. So
No worries.
yeah, you maneuver. It's large. You're taking your time, but it's kind of hard because it is dark and because they're all gray in color and there are a bunch of stones. A lot of some rooms definitely look like they've been broken into, but nothing stands out, not from the eye.
And I tell Kathumyl that nothing stands out. It seems clear. I don't see anyone here or anything.
It stands to reason that if there is anything interesting in here, it's probably well hidden. We might have to go in. I don't know, look, have you checked for any trapdoors or, crypts or cellars?
Yeah, nothing. So no cellars, nothing. DM, nothing like that. No trapdoors, nothing hidden.
It's so hard because the eye is just an eye. There's a bunch of rubble on the ground. If it's beneath them, you won't know. You can just see burned, decaying wood, stone scattered all over, mounds of stone even, ceiling falling on the ground. From what the eye can see, you don't see anything, but that's what's visual.
Okay. Nothing. Sorry, Kath. We may have to, like you said, go in. But if we do go in, let's think of our story when most likely, one of those angels come down asking what we're doing. So let's get the story
Do you think
straight.
the angels ask questions? They don't look like they ask questions to me.
But maybe I don't know. But I kind of feel there's something here. I think it's worth the risk.
I'm half tempted to just find some street kid and pay them go in and grab some big clothes.
But like I said, there's no one walking around this area. Especially not this time of the night.
Alright, well,
I end the arcane eye.
Let's look as innocent as possible. Let's make our way in.
All right, let's do it.
If I say look as innocent as possible, let's do stealth.
Yeah, and I'll make a reach over. I cast I cast a death ward on a Kathumyl and on myself just in case.
All right, use your spell slots.
Yep. Let me do this. I haven't done this in a while. This is gonna take a bit. 1 second. That's that
I'm gonna
mode.
remove your concentration, Kathumyl. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And oh wait,
Oh,
why is
it
it
is.
less? There you go. Sorry.
I think that would have ended when she used the guidance. So.
And Death Ward on myself as well.
Just
There
to
we
be
go.
sure. Okay, got it.
Just to be sure. Always have to do it, man. You never know. And look, it has come in handy so many times.
Yeah.
All
But
right,
not
so
not when Ares was
gonna-
supposed to die. So many times he was supposed to die so that his story could progress. When anyway,
gonna
sorry.
kind of look at Valakos and offer a handshake and be like, "Okay, guidance for stealth," and the handshake is us touching each other for mutual guidance.
I like it. I like it.
Although it doesn't stack.
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
use guidance for their
Of a
stealth
flavor.
check here.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Why don't both of you roll me a stealth?
With a D4, right?
Yeah.
4 situation bonus. Oh. Nice.
All right. It is a group check, and there's only 2 of you, so average pretty highly. All right. So, with your heart beating fast, the sounds of the crickets in the night sky seems to sound very foreboding as slowly the 2 of you make your way inch by inch. Sometimes you feel like you feel like running, but you try to hold yourself closer to the ground. You look up. It's kind of dark. Did you see a movement there, Valakos? The sky with the
Shit.
star just got blotted out, or was it just me blinking? You can't really tell.
Oh, was it like an eyelash?
Was it a floater in your eye?
Yeah, flitter.
It's a moonless night. Maybe it helps you. Maybe it doesn't. But the closer you get towards the wall, the louder your heart starts to thump, and you could swear anyone can hear it if they were like right by the street. That's so loud. It's almost going up your throat. The walls are right there. You could almost feel the coldness of the stone in your hands until you actually do touch it, and you clamber over the side. And quickly, as you touch it, you just make your way back and then pull yourself against the wall, and you again quiet, look around, try to listen. All right, nothing has changed. Seems you guys have made it inside the building. Now, I was expecting you guys to be there around before sunset. So just pretend.
We have a map.
No, it's not a map. Just pretend it's dark instead of light.
Ooh, beautiful. I love it. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Find yourself in a building such as this, but imagine more rubble on the ground. But you get the idea, right?
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So instead of light, some of the stars in the sky. No light is helping you see, but you have dark vision. It's all gray at this point, but it's dark. You try to be careful, but each step you take does make you step over either old glass, petrified wood, soft wood, but there's also some rubble. So you try to be very careful because it's almost like walking on eggshells. Things are not stable in this area.
Maybe we should look for office that would have been used by the priests here.
So again, because of the time, let's just do an investigation check from both of you, and then we'll just consider that kind of like looking at alcoves and whatnot.
Beautiful. And
Right.
like a guidance all the way.
Yeah, guidance as well if you wish.
And it's all the way.
investigation. 19. Oh, nice.
So I'm just gonna say the difficulty would have just it's more of how much time you guys took looking around, whether or not you found anything. Is let me just check something. Okay, so after about 20 minutes of looking around, you went to different rooms, you look at the walls, you look at some of the mounds of dirt and stone and dust. Valakos, in the farther end, closer to where the altar would have been of this cathedral, very deep inside the building, you don't seem. You actually do find what appears to be a partially buried trap door.
Okay.
And why don't you roll a survival check for me real quick? I'm just debating whether or not to tell you an extra thing or not.
A guidance all the way?
If you wish. Actually, for this one, it didn't really matter. what you can tell, because you're the one who found it though, right? And once you saw it, you kind of like start clearing it slightly. What you would notice, even with that roll, that the rubble probably was cleared several years ago, but that's why it's revealing some of it. But it looks like it was covered again physically, because it's not natural, and that's kind of like what you help you sense it or direct you towards it. But it wasn't fully rehidden, if that makes sense.
And it's not like naturally covered by just the ruins falling and stuff. It's just someone on purpose covered it.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow. Like I whisper, Kathumyl, come here.
Yep. And sure enough, there seems to be part of a trapdoor, partially hidden by the rubble, but not fully.
So I think I would help you in store, or are we talking really heavy stuff?
Sorry, you were coming in and out.
So Kathumyl would help in moving rubble off the door, or is it heavy stuff we can't?
No, it's not heavy stuff. There are some large things, but they roll easily enough away. It's not like, doesn't require a lot of strength, just time.
Okay.
Are you guys digging? Yeah. Are you guys clearing this?
Yeah. Clear the door.
All right. Took you about 10 minutes. You guys managed to clear the perimeter of the door. That gives you comfort that I think you should be able to open it, and it opens towards you.
Okay. Before we go in, is there a place in this cathedral where anybody trying to sneak up on us would have to pass through, or are there kind of just so many holes in the wall that they can come in?
That's correct. Multiple holes. It's not equidistant from each other. It's just ruins basically.
Okay.
So there's multiple. There are multiple entryways from side and top.
Okay. So Valakos, I assume we're going down this trapdoor, right?
Oh yeah, we are.
Okay. Kathumyl wants to cast an alarm on the area right above this door.
Okay. I assume after you go through.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be set so we don't trigger.
Oh, so you don't trigger. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
No, but anybody else, and it would be the mental alarm version of that.
Okay. How long does it last?
So that's it. It lasts. Let's see.
Oh, you can cast it and you should put it on.
I think it's not 1. No, 8 hours. There it is. I think
8 hours. Okay. Yeah.
All right. It takes a minute to cast normally, but she's doing it ritual, so I think it'll cast take 10 minutes to
A
cast
ritual,
it.
so that's 10 minutes then, right?
Yeah, but it lasts for 8 hours.
Okay. So you're gonna spend 10 minutes to prepare and ritually cast the alarm.
I think that's a good idea, right, Valakos?
Yeah. I think so.
So as Kathumyl is preparing for this 10 minutes, Valakos, why don't you roll a perception check for me? Okay. 10 minutes pass.
10 minutes pass.
And Kathumyl, you make a clear mental picture of the alarm in your head, and you place it and you prepare your mind just in case anything triggers it. You are ready to receive it, and you are going to be well aware of it. Okay. So are you both entering?
Alright. Let's
Yeah.
enter.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you closing the door behind you?
I think so. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, who is entering first?
Who's beefier in terms
Who's
of
marching order basically is what I'm asking.
like in terms of like I think both of us are usually ranged, right? We're not up close and fighters, so
Kathumyl's reasonably high hit point.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I like the fact
He's
that
not like a
we
tank.
automatically just think of combat.
Hey, you gotta, man. We're going into like a secret trap door.
I think Kathumyl would be happy to lead.
All right.
Okay, so Kathumyl, you enter first. The only reason why I ask, I'm just trying to paint like who closes the door. So Valakos, you reach over outside, slowly pull the door over and behind you. There's a steep set of stairs in a circular pattern, a circular stairway, if you will. Very cramped, Valakos, dark and very claustrophobic. It's very tight for you. You're a tall person. You have to stoop down a little. What you realize is that as you're going down the stairs, there won't be enough space to swing a sword. That's the thing that came to mind. It's very tight. You can feel the walls. You can feel the walls. Kathumyl, not quite. You can feel the walls to your side, but head-wise, you have enough space. But for Valakos, you have to definitely stoop down slightly.
Okay.
You spend about
Probably means there's not enough space to use the bow either, right?
Not in the stairs right now. I mean, you could probably shoot downwards. There's no forward movement yet. It's all spiraling down. Takes about 5 minutes as you slowly walk down the stairs. The air here, interestingly enough, is not stale. It feels moist, though, wet. As you eventually find the landing at the bottom of this stairway, you look around, and Valakos, the first thing that comes to mind, actually no, Kathumyl as well, crypts. You see on each side of you, it widens a little bit. It's now a small room, but it's still about maybe about 8 feet high. The ceiling is about just 8 feet high. There are empty tombs in this crypt on both sides. Empty as in they are tipped over and nothing is inside. There's a long hallway, just one path leading forward. Kathumyl, as a dwarf, you can tell that despite its appearance, this particular crypt seems to be fairly sound and structurally stable, from what you can tell. The stonework and it is stone walls, by the way, reminds you of the stone that was used in the older buildings of Selena as well.
Sorry,
And
you cut out for a second. The old
sorry,
what?
they're the same stone type in architecture as Selena, like the older buildings. Down here, the same artwork, the same architecture rather, was in use. And that's why it looks very stable.
Okay.
As you are marveling at this small room, Valakos, you take a step forward. So does you, Kathumyl, and you hear a crack. And both of you look down and you realize the whole floor itself made of bones, scattered skulls and bones and different humanoid skeletal remains. They're tangled in heaps on the floor, almost as if the tombs that were tipped over spilled all over the floor, the bones. But then you also realize that's too many bones for for the number
Wow.
of open crypts that you can find here.
But can I lean over them and just see if I can find like anything like clothing or anything like that, like to see if they were like in here and they all died, like due to the fire above, or something like that, or is it like something else? Like are you're just looking for any belongings of them?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation. So Valakos is stooping down and suddenly starts poking around the bones. Kathumyl, are you doing anything while Valakos is doing this?
Do you say like investigation? Sorry.
Investigation, yeah.
He's focused down the hallway.
Okay, so because you are ahead, you didn't realize Valakos is behind you, starts like poking at the around and looking around, and you're focused on the path ahead. There's only one direction anyway. 19. Valakos, as the distance between you and Kathumyl slowly, she's not moving fast, but slowly, expands. You poke around and look for, are these skeletal remains old or new, whatever, or clothing, any possessions? You don't see anything of that nature. However, you notice that most of the skeletal bones here have bite marks.
Like, have I seen these bite marks before?
Nah, they're just like bite marks.
Oh, okay.
Like indentations on the bone, like something has been gnawing on most of them, if not
Right.
all of them.
Ah, interesting. Okay, so I am a proficient in medicine, right? So would I know that this was a bite on top of the skin and into the bone, or was it just raw bone and something bit into it?
Okay, roll me a medicine check with advantage. As this is going on, Kathumyl, you're slowly making your way. There is no door, just a hallway, just straightforward hallway with skeleton, with bones on the floor, and you're cracking your way slowly ahead. 26. Wow. You pick one bone up, Valakos, and wow, yeah, this looks like the meat was chewed off. But then you pick another bone, and then oh wow, something broke this bone by biting through it and ate the marrow. He tossed behind you. So yes to both.
Wow. Okay. Kathumyl.
Let me think. Yeah, you would be able to hear Valakos. You're not too far.
Okay.
Kathumyl, something bit these bone, like there are bite marks on almost every bone here. Like something bit them in there, probably when they had flesh and even after. So probably we should be on the lookout for something inside here.
So something's been eating down here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. watch out for that.
Like extra cautious as we go, stealthily.
Why don't you both roll me stealth checks with disadvantage because of the bones?
Oh no! Like a guidance at least.
You may cast guidance, yes.
Okay, disadvantage. This is awesome. 7.
So, let's see. Yeah.
Okay. You both try to make your way very quietly across this small, short corridor. And it's so short, and yet the way you're moving, it feels like you're doing this forever. It feels like miles away. You're cringing every little, maybe not even breaking the bones, but as you step, kind of like you make an indentation and some of the bones kind of like just pour in towards your direction. Kind of that thing, and just you hear that clink, 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 clink against your boots and against each other, against the hollow bones. And as you get closer to the other end of the corridor, I need both of you to roll Arcana, because I believe both of you have Arcana, right?
Should we both roll, or do we need to choose some?
No, both of you can, because you'd be an impression, because you have Arcana.
24.
24. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, 19 and 24. Perfect. As you get towards the end, what you realize is that... Oh, no, the impression you get is the walls in front of you should have ended, because you can tell from the design of the wall. It's a small corridor again, right? It's flat. It should be flat. However, what gave you the impression that the corridor goes further in is because there is now a big circular hole, almost like a tunnel that was carved in deeper into the earth. And you realize now with your Arcana that this was not done physically. This was done by magic, most likely by a spell, something like a stone shape or something similar type of spell. It's so uniform, right? And you can tell that the consistency changed from the stone used to hold the room up to now dirt wall, dirt ceiling. But the bones, the trail of bones, carries all the way down
Through
through this
tunnel.
corridor to the tunnel. There's a lot of bones. So slowly and eagerly, you both make your way even farther down this trail of bones. And in the back of your mind, Kathumyl, you're still trying to concentrate and say like, wait, was that the bone or was that the alarm? No, those are just the bones clinking. And no one's behind us. And you turn around, no, that's just Valakos. You can definitely feel the tension. Eventually, I'll add, because you're doing this very slowly with your stealth movement, another 15 minutes in, no, 20 minutes in, eventually, let's see here, let me just check something. Oops. The walls becomes less uniform. The walls become a little bit more jagged, more natural in form. Oops.
Ooh.
It's no longer straight. It goes up and down slightly. Just pretend now that there are still some bones on the ground. Eventually, you reach kind of like the end, or what appears to be the end of this tunnel, because it opens up into a larger cavern. Almost like a nexus, because you can see from this where you are at, maybe a few, maybe 50 feet, maybe slightly farther. Actually, no, that's your dark vision is 60 feet. I think it's not 30, right? It's 60. It's been a while. Sorry,
Yeah, I know. Same here.
I forgot what the default was.
Uh,
I think it's
dark
60 because Safira is 90 because she has gloom
60. Yeah, you're
60,
right.
right? Okay. Yeah, so 50, yeah. Maybe 50, maybe 60 feet away from you on the other side, you see other holes similar to what you're exiting from. So it feels like this is kind of like a nexus, right?
Ah, I see. Okay.
But at the center of this cavern is a large mound. A mound of what appears to be bones.
Shoot.
And as you are, because you're concentrating on being quiet, you stop. As you're about to exit this room, you stop. Why do you stop? You stop because from the top of the mound, you hear some whisperings.
Sheesh.
Sorry, Lou, you're cutting in and out a little bit for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are you from me too? Oh, okay. So it's on
Exactly.
purpose. Okay.
That's on purpose. That's exactly what you were hearing. You can't tell what it is. But it appears to be one voice only. And it's coming from over the mound, though you can't see anyone there. Or anything.
So it's coming from on top of the mound, but we
On
can't
top,
see.
maybe slightly farther
Okay.
away from you, but that direction, towards the center. The room itself isn't that big either. It just widens up, so it's taller, right? To create this mound.
All right. Okay. So it's okay. So probably say from like how tall is the mound?
Oh
Is it
yeah.
like
The mound isn't that tall.
20,
Maybe
30?
about 10 feet only.
Okay, 10 feet.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not that tall.
And the cavern, like
The
how big is
cavern
it?
opens up maybe about 20 feet
20
tall.
feet, okay.
Wide, it's about to your left and right as you exit. The whole thing is about 50 feet.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
So it's 50 by 50 and then 20 high. And then the mound takes half of it, so it's 10 feet.
Kathumyl, should we try and see if we can flank it, or should we?
Oh, you want to split up?
again?
You want to split up in the horror movie?
Now that you put it that way, I don't know. Okay. Let's stick to it.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's flank it. Let's go both
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah, because it's not that big, so that's why I was like, it's not a big cavern. So. Okay.
Splitting up?
Yeah.
Who's going left? Who's going right?
Left.
Are you also going left or going right? Kathumyl?
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, Kathumyl.
I'll go right.
Okay, just making sure. I go left. I go left too.
We both get together.
Okay. So you are going to start separating from each other. At most, you guys will be 50 feet away from each other. Okay?
Okay.
So you start circling around, and both of you, because you are sneaking quietly about the same pace around the sound that you can hear. Why don't you both roll me perception checks?
Guidance. Like I've been watching, Critical Role a lot these days, so I'm like I have
So
to use
okay.
guidance.
Actually, just recall, by the way, this is
Yeah.
something that we usually forget. You can't really whisper a spell, because that is what a subtle casting is for.
Yeah.
When you're
This
casting a
one.
spell, you are saying it audibly.
Oh yeah,
If it's
this is a
verbal.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at this verbal.
So you
Okay.
will say guidance at least.
Yeah. And then I don't want to say that. No. So I think I rolled a 2 for the thing. So it's 22 instead of 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
can click on it and yeah,
no,
it
that's a good
shows.
call. Right.
Okay. Cool. All right. Kathumyl, you still here? Like, that's all you hear. You can't really make up anything out of it. And Valakos, what you hear is something gives you the impression something is in pain. It burns, hurts, hungry. Oh, headache. Oh, the pain.
And how far am I from that
Well, you're
voice?
equidistant. You're. I'm assuming hugging the wall and
Yeah,
whatnot.
hugging the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. So still about.
Oh,
It's in the middle.
Okay, still from above the mound, kind
Yeah.
of.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see Kathumyl?
No, because the mound would be covering her now.
Okay, so I want to keep going around the mound until I see Kathumyl, and then when I see Kathumyl, I want to point up to the mound and try and gesture that, like I want to climb it.
I assume it depends on Kathumyl. Are you stopping at all, or are you just continuing your perimeter check?
To just continue around the perimeter.
Okay, so eventually the two of you will see each other. You have visual of each other.
Sorry, what did you
Like
say?
you broke up, yeah.
Okay, I'll just say so. Eventually, you will see a visual of each other.
Okay, and then I'll just like gesture to Kathumyl, point up to the mound and go like, climb up.
How far away is he right now?
Who?
Valakos. How far away are
Valakos.
you now?
Equidistant from you, so let's say you would see each other closer to maybe the 30 feet from each other.
Okay. Wait, hold on. So, Kathumyl is going to look at Valakos and telepathically speak to him for a good time. And just say, like, you want to climb the mound?
Yeah, and since now I can hear you, can I speak back?
So sorry, what
think
allows
so.
you to do this, Kathumyl?
It's the awakened mind property of the warlock.
Oh, okay, so it's a feature. Okay, got it. Not a feat, but ability of a warlock. Okay, yeah. Does that allow him to respond or just hear?
The minds, their language, experience, one language. I don't think so. I think it just allows me to speak to you.
Gotcha. Okay. Can you hear me? Can I answer?
You see Valakos looking to the side and just talking, doing this.
And she's like, "No, Valakos, you can't talk back to me."
So you're saying I cannot talk back to you?
You could, Valakos, you could see him. You could technically send a message.
No, I know. I'm just on me. I'm just trying to act like Valakos a little bit.
Yeah.
So, okay. Like,
so she looks at you. She's like, and you hear in your head, this means let's climb the mound. Okay, he's nodding.
Okay, so are you both climbing from where you are, or are you meeting each other then climbing as a unit?
do you know what? Since I can't.
I mean, we're only 30 feet away from each other, but.
Since I heard that it's in pain, I kind of want to pass that on to Kathumyl. So, like I'm just gonna go like,
And then I creep towards a Kathumyl.
All right. Kathumyl creeps towards him as well.
So now you are both on the other side of where you exited, and the other hole is right behind you. So basically, just okay. Now you're together.
Kathumyl, whatever that thing is, it's in pain. It's saying something about it burns and it's hungry as well, but it's in pain. Maybe if we help it, maybe we can get some answers to what happened here.
I agree. I think. Remember, we're here for information.
Yes.
Not to kill a bunch of things in a dungeon. So, I think that makes sense.
All right. So, look, I have healer's kit, so we can offer to help it, and if you have any food, we could offer to feed it as well, and see if we can gain some favor with it.
We can try that. You don't even know what it is, so it's what but try.
All right. Now let's climb.
All right. Let's climb the pile of bones.
Can we even get there
Go
without
ahead and roll another stealth check with disadvantage.
advantage? Oh. It's like
And then the rest of the bones basically.
no.
Dude, can you what's the top of this mound of bones look like?
You can't tell from where you are. It's only 10 feet, so you're crawling. I'm assuming you're not standing tall. You're crawling, trying to be stealthy. You can't tell
I'm
if
just
there's
wondering
anything.
if it's like this.
You
it's
can't
kinda
tell.
like
Yeah, you can't tell the
this.
top yet. That's the beauty of this. You're climbing to find out.
Yeah.
Oh, are those the two rolls that you guys have?
Yep.
As the two of you agree on the action and you start making your way up, just like I said, the bone, as you climb up, some of the bones start sliding and you see some of them from the top starts falling as well. And suddenly, two of you stop because you realize the voice has also stopped. And then you hear something sniffing from above. What's that? What's that?
Hey, what's the ceiling? What's on the ceiling? Let's see there.
And as you are both waiting, you see suddenly from the top of the mound what looks like a head peer out from the side and just looking around. And the face looks with your dark vision, well, gray,
Going.
hairless, so bald. Actually, yeah, you only see the head at this point. So it's a bald head looking out, and as it scans, you see its eyes basically glaring red or glowing red. And as it scans to your direction, at your direction, all six eyes locked. Think of it like a tall golem from Lord of the Rings.
Okay. wait. Hold on. It has 6 eyes?
No. Because
all
of you, yeah,
Six eyes.
your eyes locked together. I don't know how his locked to 4 of you, but with those rolls, yeah, he definitely sees all of you. So at this point, I don't really have a map, so I'll just move you guys closer here. And oh wait, hold on. There's something amiss here. Give me a second. Creature. There you go. Before I show it.
Oh.
It's red instead of green eyes. It's the red eyes glowing at you.
Like I say hi to it. I say hello.
Well,
Because
before we do it, oh
it,
no, it screams at you. I would want to us roll initiatives first,
oh,
because while you may not initiate combat, it may want to.
Makes sense.
All right, let me just move it over here. And apparently, it looks like I'm just gonna combat just to get things started. But Kathumyl, you are the first to react as the creature screams at the two of you. But you are faster. Your reaction time is faster, so you get to do things first. Whatever that thing is, up to you.
Kathumyl is going to try to telepathically speak to this creature
Oh,
because you don't have to worry about languages if she does it that way.
okay.
And it's going to say, hello, who are you? Do you need help?
Roll charisma.
Come on, Warlock.
Oh, is this just a check?
Yeah, just a check. Ability check. Yeah. A 16. So talking is a free action, telepathically or normally. So that was not your action. So you just say that. We'll see how he reacts, but you still have an action if you wish to take it.
Okay, I think she should probably just save an action. She's gonna like.
You can
be on
hold an
guard here.
action, but it has to have a trigger.
Yeah, I think. Hold on. I'm lost a little bit of familiarity with abilities here.
It's interesting that the two of you get to act before the creature.
Hey, because we are talking, so I guess that works, right? It's like
Screams. This creature seems a little slower than what you guys are. More battle hardened.
yeah, there you go. We are bad at it.
I think she's going to let's see, hold an action to. Is there like a dodge action? Is that something?
Yeah. You can say dodge if you get attacked and you're dodging. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
not
think she's
holding
gonna
an
hold
action. That is an action. I'll dodge.
it. Oh. Okay. So.
So
she
basically,
will
you
use
get
a dodge.
an whoever's attacking you gets a disadvantage, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. So she's gonna do that. She's gonna.
Okay. You're gonna
basically
try
use a
dodging if you
dodge.
get attacked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that is your turn. Valakos.
Oh. Like I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but like instead of because I don't have a telepathy,
Telepathy.
so I'm gonna say, "Hello, we heard you were hurt, and like I'm a healer. I can help, and we
Okay.
have food." And
Okay.
I also, as my action, will dodge just in case it tries to attack.
Okay. Also roll a charisma.
Charisma.
7. Okay. So that is your turn, Valakos, right?
Mm-hmm.
The creature on top of the mound suddenly holds its head and says, more voices! It looks around and it screams, and you can definitely both understand it. It is screaming in common. And it stands up, and you can now see the rest of the body of the creature. It seems to be. He appears. It looks like a male, whatever this creature is, but he looks twisted. He has large, jagged fingernails as he's holding his head, and
Sorry,
We lost.
could
Oh,
you
sorry.
repeat that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost it.
Sorry. Sorry. Excuse
Bless.
me. He appears twisted, and as he's holding his head, you can tell that he has large, jagged fingernails, and is actually digging through his head as he's holding his head, trying to figure out where that voice is coming from. And he starts bleeding slightly. And as he's yelling, you can see that he has sharp teeth, and his red eyes glowing in the dark, and his skin seems to be festering all over his body, or what you can see from his skin. He's actually wearing some robes, robes that Valakos, you recognize, appears to be fine robes, although weathered and old, of that of a clergy. And shimmering under the robes, he seems to be wearing some type of chain armor. What's also interesting about him, he looks from his hand and his neck very emaciated, so very thin. You can see the bones, almost no muscle. But his belly is very round and full.
Oh shoot.
Actually, both of you roll a wisdom check for me. Sorry, it's been a while, but I realized that there might be something else.
Oh, wisdom check.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost an 18. Natural 20, yeah, Cap.
Okay. 20 with no additions. Okay. Kathumyl, sorry, Valakos first. You realize again the description that I said, and again that full but very round belly, right, and the robes around it. Kathumyl, you realize that this actually looks similar to the ghouls that you have fought in the last battle, or back in Baldur's Gate. The undead that you fought in the room, not the one with the worms or whatever, the ones that were running across up and down the cliffs, if you remember that, in the tunnels. Remember, you did an alarm. There was this and then you guys went into a canyon rather, and then there are two, and then you climbed up, and there were some undead that you fought. Vaguely. Anyway, it looks similar to those creatures. Whether or not you remember it, it looks like an undead.
Okay.
And as its action, it points at it screams that, right? And then you see its full figure as it stands up, and then suddenly it quickly hunches back down, looks at the two of you, and runs the other direction. Runs where you came from, the other side of the mound.
Oh, man.
All right.
So that is his turn. Yeah.
Jeez.
Kathumyl.
Kathumyl will blink at Valakos and be like, that one looks a lot like the ghouls we fought earlier in that cavern.
We're not earlier anymore. It's been months.
2 months, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
you
those
mean
ghouls?
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
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 But this
And
one
then
talks.
Kathumyl- yeah.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, this one talks. It's intelligent, and it's wearing, robes of the clergy. I think we should chase it down.
I don't know how to undo an undead, but that would be great if we could.
I mean, I can destroy them, but I can't bring them back. But I mean, at least it's intelligible. So let's chase it down and let's see what it knows of this place.
Yeah. Kathumyl tries to clamber forward, I guess, up over the top.
Okay, yeah, you run off. So it ran down. You should be able to catch up to it as you. Are you dashing, or are you, let's say you move your first movement and you see him right at the bottom of the mound on the other side, so you can dash to be right at him or do something else because you still have an action.
Um,
So you made it to the top of the mound.
she'll dash, but she doesn't want to be right on top of it. She wants to close a little bit of distance.
Okay, so you how far do you want to be from it?
How far did we start?
Well, you have the option to be right at it, which is 5 feet away, or further. How far do you, or how close do you want to be?
Like 10 feet.
10 feet away. Okay, so you move just about 10 feet away from it, and that's your action. You can still say something if you want, because again, talking is free action.
And she'll say, "Wait, we want to talk to you. We can help."
Okay, we'll see how it reacts. Valakos, to you. You see Kathumyl rush up the mound, and you hear all stealth forgotten, all the bones being flung up and kicked out of the way as they clamber up the mound, and you hear her yelling at the creature on the other side.
So the creature is like running away towards the tunnel
Where
we
you came from. Yeah, the tunnel. Yeah, towards
So
that
away
tunnel.
from us, and Kathumyl is going up the mound after it.
After it,
Okay.
correct. Yep.
I will go around,
Oh, okay.
trying to because I don't want to climb up. Like I mean,
It
I'm
would
gonna
take
see
you-
if I can cut it off.
It would take you longer actually to go around.
Longer. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's easier to climb
Yep.
up. Okay, so I will climb up, and let me see if I can. Give me a second here. It's a touch spell. Okay, damn it. Okay, so I will go. I'll use my action and my movement to try and catch up to it.
Okay. Are you going? How far do you want to be, or you want to be on it, like 5 feet away from it, or how far, or how close?
So can I get to it without dashing? Is it
No,
possible?
you would have to,
No.
because it was dashing as well, so you have to dash.
Dashing.
Yeah.
Okay. Man. Yeah, I will dash up to it, and then I'll tell it, please stop. We want to help you. Look, I'm a man of the cloth myself.
Okay. Let's see what happens. It is now its turn. As the two of you basically try to run after it, Kathumyl stopping a few feet away from it, while Valakos, you run past Kathumyl at this point, and you're just yelling at it to stop, and you said you're a man of the cloth. It turns around and tells you to stop. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw as it casts a command spell.
Oh. All right. Okay. Oh, two can play this game. Okay. Command spell, wisdom.
Yep, wisdom save.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. I picked the wrong thing. Wisdom save.
Oh, 28.
Look, I know this spell.
which does not affect you, but that is its turn. That's its action. So because that didn't work, it will circle back. Instead of going through the tunnel, it will now circle along the wall, passing around you, Valakos. You technically have an attack of opportunity if you want to take it, but it has to be an attack.
Oh, can I try and grapple it?
As an opportunity attack for this one, I'll allow
No.
it because I think
Yeah,
it
okay.
fits the flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Valakos is so weak. So what? It's like strength or athletics?
No, it would be strength from you, and then it has an option for athletics or acrobatics.
Gotcha. Can I guidance myself as I do it?
Oh,
God help me!
Sure, I'll wait. No, guidance I think is
up
an
to you.
action. Right? It takes an action to guidance.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
so you
correct.
can't do
Yeah,
it
so
during
I
an
won't
attack
do
of
it. Okay.
opportunity.
Gotcha.
Okay, it is stronger, so it will use athletics. Well, who knows? It might roll a bad roll.
Oh!
Okay. As Valakos, you grapple. Both of you basically take a big step to the side, and both of you basically your feet both sink into the bones. That's why you kind of like both of you kind of stumble against each other. Valakos, as you make contact on the creature, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh. Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay. Nice. You needed a 12.
Oh.
As you grab it, you manage to grab the robes and and a hand, not the whole body, because both of you rolled pretty low. It's kind of hard to stabilize yourself, but you manage to grab hold of it to prevent it from moving away. But the very first thing that you notice is not how feeble how soft the hand is. The contrast is that how strong it feels, even though it feels so, like it has no muscle, but it's still very strong. And then the next thing you realize is that this creature stinks to high heaven, and you do your very best to basically not vomit or have any other adverse reaction from being so close. You manage to power through it. That is its turn, and that is your attack opportunity. Kathumyl, Valakos is holding this creature with his arm, preventing it from running away. What do you do?
Wait, is it my turn and not? Oh, it's the creature's turn. Just
Yeah. It was just attack of opportunity from Valakos because it was very close.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to read my spells here.
Oh, look, it's already 12 o'clock at Max's place, so I think it's time to...
We might need to. I'm looking at the Dominate Person spell, and I'm curious as to whether you can tell the creature to tell you something it knows. Because most of the spell is written around like telling the creature to go attack something or fetch an object.
So, sorry, what spell? Dominate Person?
Yeah, Dominate Person.
Let me just check something here.
Reminds me of Hoke.
Yeah, Hoke had some interrogation spells.
I know, man.
Right now.
Yeah, like he was epic.
Okay, so Dominate Person would probably, Kathleen, you would know this, probably won't work on this creature only because it's an undead, it's a creature, not a person.
Oh.
So this Dominate Person is for humanoids. Dominate Monster is what you'd want for this one. Because Dominate Monster is for creatures.
For future reference,
yes.
Can you get them to tell you things they know?
Well, it's charmed, right? Well, I'll decide it case by case depending on the situation.
All right.
Until you try it, we won't know.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, Valakos
has it by the arm.
Grappled this creature as it's trying to run away, and she'll kind of try to plead with it, and he's going to try to. He talked to him. He's a very friendly looking person. He's going to put on her friendliest face. To try to be like, Please, don't be afraid. We just are looking to find the priest who used to run this church.
Roll me a persuasion. It's a very hard check, this persuasion thing is. I'm not giving you guys a disadvantage because it's already a very hard check.
Come on, Kath, you got
Is it? Wait, did you say disadvantage? Or-
No. I'm not giving you disadvantage because it's a hard check.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It pauses for. Sorry, what were the actual words, or at least the concept you were saying again? Because it matters.
I said, please don't be afraid. We're just looking for the priest who used to run this church.
It was pulling against you, Valakos. Sorry, no, it's not its turn to react yet. Sorry. So I'll get there. So that's Kathumyl, your words, but you still have an action if you want to use it.
She's going to hold her action to run after it. Okay, if it tries to run away.
I don't think you can hold a movement action.
Okay. Then she's not using.
Because technically your movement is not an action. You can still move. You can say you move ahead of it. That's fine too. Like you try to intercept the direction.
Well, she's just going to use a dodge action then. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not moving. You're not following them wherever. You're just staying where you are.
Oh, she gets closer. They were like 10 feet away, so she would approach.
How close?
Uh,
Or are you keeping your distance of 10 feet?
She's keeping some distance, like I would say, yeah, she's keeping 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay, so you're keeping your distance away. You're okay. That perimeter. Okay, so that's your action. Valakos, to you. You're still you're holding this creature. You're grappling it technically, right?
Yeah.
Very lightly. Yeah.
What do I see? I mean, like you said, it's really like emaciated, and it's
bald. It has sharp
bald.
teeth, red eyes glowing, fingernails. It's about to scratch you.
Okay. Does it look like it has like a burn wound somewhere on his body?
No.
Like, because it said burn. No.
Yeah, but
whole-
you can't see any from what's visible and what you're holding. Actually, the flesh that you're holding, it feels actually cold. Well, you're very close at this point, and from the smell, it's definitely undead.
Oh, it is undead.
It is undead.
Shit. So I don't want to like cast cure wounds or anything. It'll probably kill it. Or maybe I should. Okay, hold on. I think I want to cast. Look, I'm gonna, and it clearly looks like it's in like clergy. Clergy robes and whatnot, right? Okay.
From the sleeve and the hand that you're holding, you can definitely feel the chainmail beneath it. But you're holding very old robes. Actually, the arm that you're holding, the sleeve of the robe basically just falls apart because it's very old.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's definitely is the clothing of a clergy, of a priest.
Okay. I'm thinking it's it might have something in its head, which is like hurting it or something. So I cast Greater Restoration on it and say, we are only trying to help you.
Okay, so you cast Greater Restoration. Let me just
trying to get rid of anything within it, which is curse or anything, because I think it can get rid of curses as well. So it's a pretty put it up.
Bound effects on the target: a charm, a petrify, a curse, an attunement to a curse, a reduction to the ability, one effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. Okay, got it. So one of those thing, and you're doing it blindly because you don't know if any of those actually.
Yeah.
Do you really want to use 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust for this one, Greater Restoration does have a.
Now when you talk about monetary
No,
aspects, then
remember anything that.
no, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
And this is the first time
now
you're using Greater
Valakos,
Restoration. Yeah.
no, I use it once for Mr.
Was it Bernhard?
Not Bernhard. It was Eris when he was cursed by the magical item. The doll, like the doll scenario. So at the end, we slept, and then the next day I cast like a Great Station.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't have it, prepared.
That was a long
or
time
something.
ago. Okay, yeah.
So that was yeah. So this is rare. So yeah, I'll cast it, and I will use the 100 GP. So I will, knock off what 1 platinum? No, sorry, 10 platinum then.
100 gold. Yeah.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
So cool. Done.
A bright light suddenly appears surrounding this creature as you're holding it, and it just screams on its turn. So that was your turn, Valakos, right? You're not moving.
I'm not
holding on it.
I'm still
You're still holding on it. It doesn't seem to. While it paused on Kathumyl's words, because you're still holding on to it, it tries to scratch your hand. It will do a multi-attack of. Actually, no, you're holding one hand, so it only gets 2 instead of 3. It tries to scratch your hand. And we'll see if it misses or not. Target Valakos with a claw.
Hits.
It hits. Valakos, you take 7 points of slashing.
Okay.
I'm just making sure. Wait, it's supposed to be. Sorry, no, it's supposed to be 4d6. It only rolled 2d6, right?
I saw a 2d4 is what I saw.
Oh, 2d4. Okay, sorry. So it's supposed to be 4d6s.
Nah, I'm okay with the 2d4.
I don't know why it's not. Hold on. Okay, let me just manually roll it. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Oh.
Wait, what did...
12. 12. Yeah.
I also need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
You need 12. You failed due to 5. As the creature... Okay, so... do you want me to take the 12 damage? It was 12 damage, right?
Yeah, 12 damage.
Okay, let me do 12 damage. Sorry, it's been a while. Where do I click? Here do I click. Minus 12. Okay. As the creature scratches you, Valakos, you feel the... You feel the scratch, the pain basically pass through you, and the pain is so immense. Suddenly you realize that all your muscles stiffen as you become paralyzed.
Oh no. That's what you get for helping like an undead.
You are now paralyzed. For its second attack, it tries to bite your shoulder.
Oh my god.
So, bite. Oh, I know why. Okay. But I have to do it manually. I know where I made a mistake. Okay. So the bite. Oh, because you're paralyzed. It has a natural 20.
Oh no.
No.
So the critical, hold on. I need to open this thing. And where is the bite? Or did I change it here? 1 second, looking for it. Oh, there it is. So let's see. Critical. It's gonna hurt.
No. Oh, I sustained a
Oh.
lingering injury. Roll injury. Oh, Valkos is depressed scar, right foot. So it bit my right foot.
No. So what happens is, as it bits you on the shoulder, you slip, and one of the bones basically, you stumble and fall to the ground, and one of the skeletal bones pierces your right foot
Oh, ouch.
through your boots. Roll scar. Does it say roll scar?
No.
Roll on the
Draws
scar
a
chart.
result from the scar chart. No, look, it doesn't ask me to
That's
roll
why-
anything.
Okay, and
that's how-
So it is a right foot. So it's like roll on the scar chart. You're left with an intended press on this area of your body.
okay, so
yeah.
you get a scar on your right foot
Right.
then. Okay, from this. So let's see. You find okay, but but it was so severe that was 49 points of damage, Valakos.
I'm down to 1 hit point, but thankfully, like it didn't kick in the death ward yet.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. So okay, that was its turn. Kathumyl, you see in slow motion the creature basically scratch Valakos, and you just see Valakos suddenly froze there, like without movement, which allows the creature to escape from the grapple, and you see it bite on Valakos' shoulder, causing both of them fall down against the mound of bones, and one of the bones basically pierced through Valakos' leg, and he doesn't even scream. He's just like petrified.
Did it say anything in response to what I had
No,
said?
it's busy biting the shoulder. You can't talk when it's biting.
Okay.
But you did saw it pause slightly before attacking Valakos.
All right. So she's basically not going to get any closer, but she's going to keep trying to talk to it and say, "Please, we aren't here to hurt you. Do you know where we can find Father Rorsch?"
Roll charisma with advantage. Oh, nope. Sorry. Give me a second. I think it doesn't matter. Roll persuasion with advantage, but it may. Okay. That is your free action. I mean your yeah. Now your action.
And she's going to use a dodge
Okay.
for her main action.
Valakos.
Actually,
Oh.
wait, hold on. Which direction? Valakos
Leftward.
was grabbing. Is Valakos closer than the right now?
They're pretty much on the same space because it's on top of him. It's biting on his shoulder. So they're on the ground.
Kathumyl's gonna take a step forward and try to grab Valakos' other leg and pull it.
Let me think. Valakos won't be able to act, so you should be able to grab his leg, no problem. Whether or not you're able to pull him away from the creature, I would say let's do a contested strength check.
Is the creature holding on to him?
Yeah, because it's biting on him, so he's on him. So if you drag him, he's gonna apply pressure instinctively.
All right.
Okay, hold on. So let me do this if I may. I think this is contested. I want to try this. Public roll, yes. Creature versus. I think I have to do it this way. There we go. Strength. I think this works.
Come on, Catherine.
Okay, click on the dice.
Wait. Let me just double check what happened. No, I rolled both of you. So sorry. So I need to do it. Think. How do I add you? Yeah, that's how I add you. Try it now. Does that work?
Okay, can I click on the dice button?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's the creature.
Oh,
Oh!
Oh.
The dice have spoken. You tried to pull away. Instead, the creature just pushed Valakos deeper into the bone mound. That is definitely your turn. Valakos, your turn. At the end of your turn, because you're paralyzed, you are allowed to roll. I think it's Constitution to try to recover. Yeah, you need a 12 Constitution save,
Come on.
and that will be your turn. Oh, okay. That pull from Kathumyl seems to realign your nerves, and then suddenly, I can move. That is your turn, though. That's at the end
Damn
of your
it.
turn. The creature this time quickly looks at Kathumyl, who is pulling, and he realizes what's happening. So he jumps off of you, Valakos, and continues running against the wall. You have an attack of opportunity with disadvantage if you wish to take it.
No, like I'll let it go.
Okay, so it runs against the wall, running away. So that is its turn. Actually, let me roll something for the creature. Where's its wisdom?
Natural one.
Oh, you guys don't see
I
that.
don't know if that's good or bad for us.
Yeah, I don't know.
It reaches the wall on the other side, Kathumyl, and turns at you, towards your direction, and speaks out. Why, Father Rorsch? And that is its turn. Kathumyl, it's your turn.
How far away is he at this point?
Back to 50 feet away.
Okay. Kathumyl's going to use her normal movement, chase after him. It's going to kind of call out to him. It's like, Father Rorsch knew about the Age of Worms. We have to know what he was studying.
Persuasion. Advantage.
Come on, Kath.
Scene. Okay. We'll get to it when we get to it. Are you doing any action?
She'll close more distance. She'll get to 10 feet.
10 feet again. Okay. You're keeping your distance. Valakos, to you. You're on the ground. You're against the mound. Suddenly you start holding where it bit you.
Oh my god. We only try to help you. Like a cough of blood, and I will heal myself. My god, that really hurt. Okay, cure wounds on myself at level 3.
Okay.
Level 3. Healing.
Click healing.
Yep. 17
points. I gotcha. All right. You're up 17 again, or plus 17. All right. That was your action. You're still lying down. You can take half of your movement to get up.
Yeah, I will get up, and I'll just trying to help you. Listen to her, Father Rorsch. Then that's it.
Creature looks Kathumyl in the eye, 10 feet away, ignoring Valakos at this point. Its posture a bit more cautious, still kind of like bent out of shape a little bit, and looking at Kathumyl, it seems to be holding its action. Kathumyl, to you.
Okay. Alright, I'm just kind of looking at my notes from about this. So, Kathumyl, I would try to continue. She's kind of like this, kind of showing her hands, like, please help us. Do you know anything about the blind sage, the holy shield?
Okay. Any actions?
Dodge.
A dodge. Okay. Valakos.
Options are a little limited. Things are a little dicey. So he is just locked on to Kath.
Correct. Right? Yes.
Okay. And I'm not going to do anything to mess with that. But I'm gonna hold my action. He attempts to flee. I want to cast command and tell him to stop. Oh, sorry. Grovel means fall prone. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Creature's turn. It looks at Kathumyl, again ignoring Valakos. Turns its head. Says, "Holy shield! Holy shield! Burn the church! Burn everyone! Why? Why? Why?" Kathumyl.
She looks back and is like, we don't know why it was burned. We want to find out why they did it. Do you know who did it? Or do you know why the king had the picture burned?
Persuasion. Getting lower and lower. Any action?
No. I just dodged.
Dodge again. Okay. Valakos.
Do I see any changes in the creature from my greater restoration at all?
No.
Anything? No.
Yeah. You don't. If anything happened, you do not notice it, or you did not notice it.
Gotcha. I want to see if I can. I'll use my. Damn it! No. Yeah, I won't interrupt this conversation, but I'll keep holding my action to command it to grovel. Yeah.
Okay. All right. To the creature. It hunches back almost on a posture that looks like it's about to flee again. Kathumyl, with the words that you've selected to the last things that you mentioned, it didn't seem to like that train of conversation. So it says, "Leave me alone! Out of my way!" And it will cast command on you, Kathumyl, and say,
Motherfucker.
sit, sit, sit. I need you to roll wisdom, and you
Wisdom,
have
so
to
save.
beat a 17.
The wisdom save.
Wisdom save, yes. Which then, Kathumyl, you can't help yourself, but you just decide to like,
No.
boom, fall down on the bones, and you just suddenly find yourself sitting down. And now it will move 30 feet to the right, which then activates you, Valakos. So you may attempt a command
Okay.
on it. It will roll a wisdom save as well.
Yeah, I'll
And
cast. Do you want me to cast it or okay? You
Yeah.
you did it again.
it rolled a 22.
Yeah, it passes.
Okay, so it continues to run to the other, towards the other tunnel now, the other exit. That is its turn. Kathumyl, to you. You're sitting down. It
Alright.
takes half an action, half your movement to stand back up.
Alright, so she stands back up, uses her movement, and
You
the
need
rest
to,
of the normal movement.
yeah, you need to dash basically as an action to catch up to it, to be 10 feet away from it again.
Yeah, so she'll dash 10 feet away again.
Okay.
And
Yep, you may still communicate.
okay, she's going to say, please, we know Father Horsch was a friend of our cause, and the king did something horribly unjust to his church. But we need to right this wrong. We need to find out what he was learning, what he had done that made the king so angry.
Give me a second here. Okay, go ahead and roll your persuasion with advantage.
Come on, come on. Nice, nice.
I'll show you what it rolled.
Natural one. Yeah, see, I think we are seeing the dice rolls, like the
think I
light
saw
colored
that dice roll,
orange.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you seeing it? So it was a, you
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
it was a 1? Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
And this is the second one it rolled. Like in
Okay,
the last two rolls.
does this, this is just a random roll. How about, does this show?
Yes. 4.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we see the dice, but not in the chat.
Yeah, it's just, okay. Okay, I'll have to double check that. Anyway, so, yeah, so, Kathumyl, you use your action and you say that. Okay, Valakos, to you.
So I see this and I say, I see you wear once a man of the cloth. Is this how a man of the cloth does? And then I like show my bleeding wound. Like, is this what you do? We're only trying to help you. Ask questions.
Mind you, it's all the way around the other side of the
Oh.
mound. Unless
Jeez,
you want to
okay,
move first. Unless you want to move first.
So I'll move around and say, look, you motherfucker. And then I'll say the same thing after, yeah, I see it.
If you use your dash, you'll be, you can catch up to them, or you can do an action but be like, 30 feet away. What do you want to do?
Yeah, no, so 30 feet away, and then I keep shouting that to it. And for my action, I'll just hold command again for it to grovel.
Okay.
But I won't cast. Oh, do you know what? I do have it to cast it. Yeah, like I'll cast it on it. Again.
Oh, you just cast it? Okay.
So I'll say that, like everything I said, but I'll also cast command for it to like grovel.
Okay. I just roll its wisdom save.
Jeez, this mother flipper! Again, 22. But hopefully what I said will at least, let it, like give it some pause to think about, I hope. But that's it.
Um, your command spell Valakos seems to be totally ignored. Like it's not even paying attention to you at all. It's like almost as if it's not hearing you.
I know, it's like,
It's like,
yeah.
Was there someone there? But Kathumyl, with those words, paraphrase again. What was the last things? I thought I remember, but just in case.
I telling him that the father, yeah, Father Roche was a friend of our cause, and we don't know what he did to make the king prove it. But
You suddenly see the creature, with the way you mentioned the words. You suddenly see the creature basically stand up straight towards you and grabs its chest. I am Father Roche.
Damn.
That's me. And it starts holding its head. And then it starts hitting its head on its knees. It sits down and it's like, pain. It loses its action.
Wow.
Kathumyl would say, "Please, Father, we want to help. Tell us how we can help. Tell us what happened to you."
Okay, any action?
I think it's like taking sort of a step forward, but not really getting 5 feet.
So 5 feet, you said?
I think not getting 5
Oh,
feet.
so how close? Because you're 10 feet away. Okay, so immaterial.
Yeah. And she'll hold a dodge still, I think.
Okay, Valakos. You're about 30 feet away. And the creature suddenly falls down on itself and it's hitting its head on its knees while and you heard it say, I am Father Roche. And it sounds confused.
I approach it, but I will stop at about 10 feet, and then I'll kneel in front of him and put my hands up and say, Father Orsk, I am Valakos, and this here's Kathumyl. And that's all I'll say.
Charisma for you. Okay.
I mean, he's not listening to me, basically.
It's rocking, and then suddenly it puts its head up and looks straight into your eyes, Kathumyl. Checking my notes. It locks eyes with you, Kathumyl, and it slowly moves and crawls closer to you. It moves to your space, which, because you haven't done it yet, causes you to smell it. So I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Right.
You need to beat a 12. Oh, you managed to just hold it in without vomiting, without what's the word? Without being rude to the creature, I guess. It approaches you and basically touches your shoulder. They say, and almost while the eyes are still red, you almost see something human behind the eyes, Kathumyl. And it says, where am I? What's going on? No! No! Wait. What's going on? And he seems to be in a daze. It's his turn.
Kathumyl will hold hold the contents of her stomach inside.
You feel the taste of chicken bubbling up your throat.
Right. And she'll say, Father, we're under the church. We're in some tunnels deep underground. It's been 20 years. It's been decades. And please help us understand what happened.
Okay. That is your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Valakos? Anything?
I mean, at this point, he's like, you know what? This asshole isn't even listening to me. So I want to see if I can assist Kat somehow. Maybe
You
this.
could if you can just go up and do guidance. You have to touch.
Yeah, so I'm gonna back up and see if I could circle around in a way to approach Kathumyl from behind.
Sure.
And
you
just
should
be at her back.
Yep.
And just have my hand on her and
Guidance,
cast
guidance.
Yeah, guidance. Yeah, the whole time. Yep.
Okay. I don't see any reason why you can't do that. The creature seems to be very focused. So you know what we'll do? Because again, it's past Matt's bedtime. We're just gonna end combat, and we'll make this into more of a social thing.
Like, is this the first combat where we didn't do any like a damage and we ended combat? This is wild.
Okay, give me a second here while we do.
I think this is a record, man. This is.
Okay. So, Kathumyl, as the creature becomes a little bit more lucid, it blinks and almost speaking between kind of like the golem type of talk and like a regular person talk, but almost sound like an old person. And he says, Decades? How can it be decades? They just burned down the church last night. What are you talking about? What's going on? Who are you? Did they send you down here? Where's everyone else? What happened?
We don't know what happened above. The church is a ruin.
It can't be 20 years. What have I been... And then he looks at his hand. What have I become? Looks at actually and then realizes Valakos is calling guidance. Guidance, no accent. What guidance can you provide? What am I?
It's possible you've been corrupted by some magic that we don't understand.
That can't be. Saint Cuthbert would not have forsaken me. I'm still able to do. And he looks to his side towards the wall and he casts spiritual weapon. And then you see a mace suddenly appear and starts hitting the wall. Boom. The spells of my god.
Your God needs your help still. The church has been damaged. The king has banished people from entering it. We need to know about the Age of Worms.
I don't know anything about a worm in its age or what you speak of. What is this age of worms, and what does that mean to what this is?
What about the Ebon Triad?
He looks over to Valakos. The Ebon Triad. Yes, yes. They were screaming about that, weren't they? They were saying that the Church of St. Cuthbert was the source of the Ebon Triad, and they burned it all down. Yes, yes, but no, they were wrong. There's more to that, and you're not the first to ask. You're not the first to ask. It was Mother Maggot. That was her name.
What, sorry?
Mother Maggot.
Mother Maggot.
That was her name. I was investigating them. I was following them. They were meeting with her, yet I don't know who she was. And they staked out the location. Oh, I can't remember. She never showed up. The next thing we know, we were being hunted down by the paladins. And we were blamed. We were blamed for being the Ebon Triad. How could that be?
Were you used possibly as scapegoats to save the real Ebon Triad from being unraveled?
Why would the Holy Shield or King Frederick do such a thing? Why us? I was assisting. I was trying to find out the source of the Ebon Triad.
I looked at Kath and just tell her that I think he probably doesn't know what happened to King Frederick.
Kathumyl would turn back to the father and be like, I'm sorry, Father, but Frederick is not the king of your place. See?
How could that be? Zik is but a child. He was
He's a
just
grown
born
man.
a few weeks ago.
It's 20 years later, Father.
What? And what is this place? What is all these bones? Oh,
No. So,
hungry. Blood. I smell blood. He looks over at Valakos.
I take out some rations if I can, and I just put it on the floor. If we had some meat or something, just put it down.
You just see him just grab it, half coughing, half just stuffing it in his mouth.
Father, are you still there? Yeah.
20 years. And you just hear him repeating 20 years, as he tries swallowing.
So it's, from what we know, King Frederick was involved in whatever was corrupting this land. And now, like, a DM question, right? Like, is that right? Like, he was like a Melazar or someone, like his second in command was
Melizar is the Holy Shield, by the way. That is his title.
Okay. So I will basically, I don't want to keep it long for Max, but essentially I'll just explain to him how the
Max can drop off. That's okay. We don't need Kathumyl anymore.
No, man. We need Kathumyl right now. She's the one holding this down. So I'll basically relay how Melazar corrupted King Frederick, or maybe both of them were, but both of them were involved in corrupting the land. So Prince Jarek rose up and
led a coup, basically.
Okay. So you explained
Is that
that,
right?
Prince Jarek.
Is that? But then Zeke became king?
So yeah, so a king of Frederick, as far as we know, had at least like two sons. Jarek was the older one, and Zeke was the younger one. So Jarek died, like deposing the father, and the younger one was made king.
Correct. Okay.
Yep.
You see him. You see Frederick Roche basically stop chewing and drops it, and suddenly grabs you by the coats, by your robes, Valakos, and pulls you down. Sinner's sanctum. Sinner's sanctum. That was where Mother Maggot was meeting the cultists, or supposed to anyway. If it's 20 years, I don't know if it still stands. But look for the sinner's sanctum. Where the deceased, well, where the ill goes to die. And then releases you. You're not the first to ask. A mage came down just recently, asking the same questions. Harper, he says he was.
A Balakard?
Alakard! Funny man. Funny man. And he left, looking for Mother Maggot as well.
Mother Maggot. Do you know anything of Mother Maggot apart from the name? Like, have you seen her before?
I have not. I tried. I tried to follow them. I tried to see what happens in the sinner's sanctum. But nothing did. I assumed she has moved on. Or moved on, leaving the cultists behind. I reported all this to the Holy Shield. And this is how they repaid me. They burned down my church. And had I not been in the catacombs, I would have died with everyone above. For 20 years. How did I live for so long? How was I cursed? What must I do to undo this? Can it be undone?
Would I know?
You
Something
will
like
not
this,
know. If anything, this is the most intelligent ghoul you have ever met, Valakos.
Yeah.
Father, I know of no way to undo what's become of you, but we can help if you want us to.
No. Thinking is hard. Thinking getting hard. Hard to trust myself to. Feels like a dream. Nightmare. It feels good to talk this way. It's been so long, and yet it feels very soon. No. You could leave me be. I can show you your way out, though. But I don't know if it's safe for anyone down here if this is what they become. It may not be safe for you.
Is there anything we can do for you apart from helping you?
Meat. Meat and blood. Oh, yeah. Fresh meat.
I tossed it a few more rations, to buy us more time.
He scrambles on top, ignoring the two of you again. So he just like scops it down. You see him actually grab one of the bones, old bones, and it's just like slurping at it, even though it's dry.
Kathumyl can look at Valakos. We head out then. So you can show us a safe way out.
I don't know if I trust him, or at least trust him to last. I mean, his sanity to last long enough. I don't have a lot of rations left.
Yeah, I don't know either. I feel like we know a way out, but maybe there's a better way out.
Let me see how many rations I have. Do you have any rations by chance? Oh no, look, I had 3, I used 2. Look, I just have 1 more ration left.
It's on my inventory. Just random stuff we put in here, like rations. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You'll never need rations. Sorry, I used a Draconic Defender by accident. Sorry. It's like, kill the motherfucker. Slice it.
I don't think I actually have rations in my
Oh, okay.
in my inventory.
I say we go back the way we came. I don't trust it to
As
last.
it's biting the bone, and it's eating your rations, you Valakos hear it touch its shoulder and cast Death Ward
It cast Death Ward on itself?
itself. Yep.
All right, let's go. I mean, like, I'm gonna back away and head out.
All right, Kathumyl will go with it.
As you guys, are you guys running on the way out?
No, not just like backing away slowly, like
Roll stealth
not-
for me, please.
Okay.
Both of you.
All right, hold on.
Both of you start backing away. Not as quiet, but it's the sound it makes as it's slurping and just stuffing its mouth seems to be louder than your footsteps. Although Valakos, you're definitely making a lot of noise. However, you manage to make it to the tunnel, and you try to make sure it's the tunnel that you came in and not the other tunnel that's on the other side. And you manage to get to that point, and at that, once you get there to the entrance, you see Father Rourke basically stand up again and says, "Yes, leave before I get hungry again. Find out the truth, please." And then he just and he just goes on the ground and starts hitting his head on his knees again. And at this point, both of you quickly turn around and just like
It's running time.
towards the cavern, the long corridor that leads back into the crypt. And because it is way past Max's time, let's just say that even though there might have been an potential encounter as you exit,
Oh shit!
it managed to sneak your way out of the cathedral and manage.
Hey, we snuck in.
Yeah,
We
you
snuck in.
managed,
We can sneak out.
you managed to sneak out. Let's not roll for that, and let's just say the DM is being kind tonight. And at this point, with some new information, whether it's useful or not, it has been gained. And you may reveal it to the other members later on and see where it fits,
Yeah.
if it fits at all. Okay. So at that point, again, I'm just trying to be cognizant of time. I'll open it up to any questions, thoughts, concerns.
That's very good. A tragic story for Mr. Father Orsk. Like, I wish we could help him, but there's nothing we could do.
Yeah, I was wondering if we could finish him off.
See, I thought about it too, but then, like, if it survived our attack and, you know, like, one bite, I mean, like, even though I was paralyzed, but
It was a critical hit too, so.
yeah, no, but still, like, yeah, like, I mean, I don't want to risk it, or else I was actually planning on, like, ending its existence by, doing that turn undead, which CR2 or lower, it would instantly, like, destroy them. So I thought I could at least try to end his, like, misery, but I was like, I'm not risking it.
I'll give you a hint, just in case. Technically he's still alive, so you may decide to hunt him down, but whatever. Because he is a cleric, and again, you don't know where he's getting his power from. He has advantage against turn undeads.
Oh shoot! Damn. Okay.
We can always circle back later as a side quest if we figure out how to verse an undead.
Yeah.
You good? Mm-hmm.
After all of this is done, we could go, yeah, absolutely. Wow.
Again, the server will be on because it's not on my computer anymore. You guys should be able to create journals, I believe, if you want to keep it here or whatnot, or leave journals to each other. You can do that here too. Anyone can start the server from the link. It just takes a few minutes to restart, right? But feel free to use your resources. But by the time you exit the cathedral and make your way back, we're gonna leave it open-ended as far as how you get back to the party or where you meet them. It would be around I left it running, so close to midnight at this point, 11:30 by the time you manage to leave the church. So late night has been a full day. And you just got to Selena.
I know.
It's the same day of arriving. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other thoughts? Any questions? Any clarifications?
No, I think.
But
I think we got the answers.
hopefully between the two of us. Alright, so we need to track down the Sinner's Sanctum.
Sinner's Sanctum and the name Mother Maggot.
Who was the Holy Shield again?
Holy Shield was Melizar. He was the head paladin, the leader of the Holy Knights of King Frederick. He was
the one who... Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you were saying it. I think you were going to describe the same thing.
Yeah, he was... Yeah, like I was just trying to read my notes. Something about both of, like, at least Melizar was the head of the corruption, which Jerick was fighting, apparently. Right? That's what I have in my notes.
He was also the one that exiled Bernhardt to death.
Oh.
Who sent the assassins to kill Bernhardt.
Damn, this is like Bernhardt's, his...
I mean, it's his kingdom. Come on.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is like Bernhardt's arc.
Yep.
Yeah.
By absentee.
I know, man. Pretty crazy.
Alright.
Alright, Max has typed all his notes down.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to log out.
All right,
buddy.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. And whoever can make it tomorrow, we'll start maybe around 4 or 5 Pacific.
At what time you said?
4 or 5 Pacific.
5 Pacific?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay.
Yeah, because Jeff and Sarah said they're available after 3 Pacific. I said 3 might be a bit too early, so I may want to do something in the morning.
Well, we'll see if I can run for a little bit.
Oh,
Nice. So I think we might have a full party.
Well, it'll be after family stuff is over. I got back to it today, so 9 Eastern. But I have a flight at 5 a.m. Eastern on Monday morning,
so you don't have to sleep. That's fine.
yeah, I don't think that's exactly what it was.
Sleep on the plane. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to keep you longer than necessary, Mac. So yeah. All right. Well, thanks for playing.
Later.
All right.
All right. So so tomorrow you said after 4 or 5.
I'll put it in the message.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll message
Yeah.
everyone.
I think I should be able to make it. It's a little early, but I'll see if I can.
Yeah. If it's too early, then we'll do it slightly later.
Yeah. No. I mean, if you can do it at 5, I'll definitely be able to make it. 4 might be a little early.
Okay. Let's do 5. Let's do 5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll be there.
Okay. It's 6. It will be 6 on their end, so that's fine. Maybe 3 hours. I don't want to stay too late on a Sunday.
Actually, yeah. Like I have an early morning meeting as well. So.
Yeah, 5 to 8, 5 to 9, or 6 to 9, 3 hours. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I think I can make it 4 like as well. Like I'll just spend some time with the girls like early in the day, so I think I should be fine. Okay, so like either 4 or 5, I should be able to.
All right, sounds good.
If not, I'll just be a little late. But that's about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. When they start and they're just like, oh, where's Valakos and Kathumyl? We haven't seen them the whole
Still
day.
sleeping like after that long night.
All right. Anyway.
All right.
Okay. Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
See ya. Bye.
All right.